legend. It's Buddha. How are you doing this evening,
Oh,
Buddha?
you didn't have to hype me up like that. Damn, that's gonna be
I'm
hard
getting
to
in the
follow.
hype in early. Getting the hype in early.
I
Absolutely legend.
appreciate. I see the RSC jersey as well, repping. Just
Right,
saying for the people in chat, you can still get it if you want it. Go visit the store. See what you fancy. But yes, we've got some good matchups tonight. Obviously, myself and Ice Davey for the Sentinels versus Ash matchup. This is pretty much a play-ins fight, to see who can take that spot. And then obviously later on tonight, we're gonna have Saturnia versus Darkness and Serene Taisho versus Terra. But we've got to focus on this one, Ice Davey. And I know this is gonna be a good one, but I think it could go either way, but we've got to get into all the stats and see what we're dealing with.
Absolutely. Moving on to the standings, we can see this is a very, very tight matchup. Obviously, we're saying this is a battle for play-ins, but really neither team is out of the playoffs fight, to be honest. It's very, very tight. As we get down to here, we see we're playing 7th versus 8th here, but they're only 4 and 5 games respectively off 3rd place. So it's very, very tight in the middle part of this Ignis conference.
And as we can see, Sentinels, they have a series in hand onto Ash. So if Sentinels, find a draw at the least, or even a win, they'll be setting themselves up quite nicely to maybe go into that play-ins position, as obviously they have 2 series in hand onto Journeyman. So for Sentinels, I think this is a really big in favor for them. But if Ash can find a win here, then they'll be looking to, gatekeep Sentinels if their other result do not go their way. But standings, I mean, hey, in the RSC, it's always looking close. Anything is possible until the final couple of weeks. But here we go for the team statistics to really see how they match up against each other. Obviously, 1 win setting them apart, as we've just seen. But I'm mainly looking at the goal difference here. For Sentinels, it is positive, but barely. But to have positive goal diff, at a low standing point, that just shows how close their games have been.
Absolutely. These teams are very evenly matched. They're 7th and 8th in the table, and you can tell by the stats, because there's very, very even here. The demo count's a little bit low on the Sentinels. I think it comes up a little bit higher on the sheet. So I think they're a bit more of the aggressors, but otherwise it's very, very similar. I mean, I think the key thing for me is the Sentinels' form is really not good. I think they're 4 defeats out the last 5, so they'll be looking to arrest that slide.
Looking for redemption. For the Sentinel side, we have got Beefcake, Spacey, Lem, and Ollie. Assuming it's the main roster, we will find out. But for the side of Ash, we are going to see Patroid, Sasuke, Leguan, and Smur Alex. Obviously, just by the games, I think Sasuke is the sub player, but I know he has potential to maybe take that main spot. But we'll see, what we'll see on the field eventually. But I'm mainly looking at Ollie and Sasuke here, with the goal participation. That is something that really stands out, and I've just seen Spaceys as well. Getting above 60% in that stat department just shows how crucial you are. It's showing you're not just a goal scorer or a playmaker, you are a mixture of both, and I think that's very crucial.
And Ollie breaking those 100 saves as well in week 7, that's no easy feat as well. So that is, doing the most there, the most goals, the most saves. Clearly, Ollie is the player to watch on the Sentinels, but we all know Beefcake, where there's Beefcake, there's demos. Spacey's got a bit about him as well, one former teammate from 2 seasons ago. So I think the Sentinels team on paper looks very balanced. It's got aggression, it's got mechanics, but something's clearly not right there. Don't know what it is, but their form is really not good. So be interesting to see if they can arrest that slide, as I said before. But I think we're going to cover predictions now. So what have you gone for this match, Buddha?
Well. I've gone for the 2-2. I know it's a boring prediction, but hear me out, okay, chat? Ash, it's got talented players on the side. I think the chemistry is going to be there, but I think my major factor for them is how can they play against Sentinel's playstyle. Also, we know they've got Beefcake, a demo-heavy player, but he's also talented enough to play the game without demos, and I think having that adaptation will keep them in the series. But I think I'm just going to go for a 2-2. I think it's going to be a battle game-to-game of both sides really showing their talent.
Yeah, I've gone for a 3-1 to Sentinels. I think form is temporary. Demos are sadly not permanent because that make the game very short. But I think the Sentinels, I think this is their time on stream to arrest that slide. I think they're a stable roster. They've stayed together, haven't made any changes. Maybe that's not the best thing, but I think this is their time on stream to prove why they can be a play-in or play-off team in this rival tier. I think the first match up, on Manfield night. We've got everybody in the lobby, I think. Yep, I think we've got everybody, so I think we should be ready to go with this game one.
Oh, here it is. This is a clash to go for that play-in spot. We're going to have the Sentinels in the blue side, and for the viewers at home, Ash will be in the red. Kickoff underway will go in favour for the Ash side. Maybe look for an opening shot, but it will be saved that on the front post by Lem. And as we see by the players, I do believe this is both full main rosters on the field, so we are really going to see that clash of both teams battling for every individual win that they need.
Absolutely, and as we start off with Ash controlling the midfield, putting some pressure on this Sentinels team, but Spacey's given time to dribble. Nice little flick over, looking for the top corner but doesn't quite find it. Looks for the touch across the middle, but none of his teammates are there, and Leguan should be able to dribble this clear, and he's able to, but Beefcake's finding that early challenge, and it's some really good early pressure. And they're not sitting back waiting for the plays, they're going in and aggressing, both teams so far. Really good signs for this series.
Good pass from Spacey. Beefcake is going to pop that one down into the corner, maybe hoping something came from it. Spacey keeping the pressure, and it gets blocked out into their own net. I mean, for Sentinels, that's great, that's amazing, but for Ash, that is something to take into consideration. You can't be conceding stuff like that.
Oh, feels bad for Patroid. I just wasn't expecting it. Found himself in an awkward, just a bit towards the front post. Couldn't quite save it, but what a start for the Sentinels team. A bit of a gift, it must be said, but you'll take those. First stream goal, take away a bit of the nerves, and they'll be looking to... Alex can't quite find the save. It was a good save from Spacey. That would have been the quick equaliser, but this Sentinels team, they hold on, and they're looking to clear from defence here. Smough Alex is up, looking for that top corner, but Spacey gets the save. Again, Spacey started this series very well. He got that goal off the nice touch, and he's looking to cut in there, but he's just missed the target wide left.
Lem pops that one up, could have gone for a double, but Patroid's like, nope, no chance. I'm not letting you clip on me on stream. He's going to deny that opportunity. Lem clears that one away. Can Beefcake snipe it? Nope, Smough Alex will beat him to that one. They're gone. A little bit of time now, plenty of boost to do something. Maybe looking for the flick for Spacey. It's a very good block to shut him down. Lem just going to pop this one up to his own backboard. Spacey trying to find the catch. Patroid keeping the pressure up. This could be a chance here for the side of Ash, and it will just slide in, top left corner. You don't need power to score sometimes, and that is just proven.
A lovely little challenge high up the field from Patroid, sets up his teammate. Just that little touch with the wheels, takes all the pace off, finds the top corner. An outstanding shot there from Leguan. And that's 1-1, 2 minutes in, goal every minute so far. But really good high pressure from both teams. They're really holding back in this match so far. And sometimes you see game ones on stream, they can be quite cagey, be quite tactical affairs, feeling out your opponents. These teams have just gone 100% straight off the bat. They're looking for each other, they're looking for passes, and they're showing what they're capable of.
Oh, almost something there. It could be a shot for Patroid. It's just going to be in, just due to the defense just not getting any touch or block onto the shot or even the challenge, and it's just a free shot for Patroid. It goes in to take the lead. That is the way to open things up. Only took them 6 shots. Sentinels, they've got the 100% shooting accuracy, but they've only got 1 shot. They need to bring some more offense if they're going to bring some opportunities. Oh, almost there from Spacey. Beefcake with the follow, but it will go to the backboard and nothing will be made from it.
Absolutely. I think this Sentinels side, they've got everything's in the right place. They don't need to panic. Little bit of a defensive lapse there. I think Spacey in that previous goal just came out, tried to challenge a ball he was never going to win, and that left the goal open. But there's every chance they can get back in this game. And we saw almost immediately Beefcake finding the goal, but not quite. That's a tidy demo from Leguan. Patroid off the backboard to himself, flicks it over, beats one, but Spacey's up to clear. And Leguan out from the back, just a speculative little touch. Losing possession in midfield, and Spacey should clear this handsomely to the midfield. Looking for the touch across into the box, but no one's pushing up that far. And this Ash team are almost able to clear, but that's a tidy challenge. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite amount to anything this time.
See it popped up and away. Lem maybe trying to make use of it with the double from the corner. It will not fall to a teammate, but it will be cleared back to the side of Sentinels. Spacey. Plenty of boost. Can maybe look for an infield pass here off the backboard down to Beefcake, but Leguan getting the demo onto the demo merchant himself. That's a way to shut him down.
We're talking football, we're talking about goal-saving tackles. That was a goal-saving demo potentially there on Beefcake. Ready to snipe that finish, but denied. And this Ash defense was looking a little suspect in the first minute, but it's really coming up clutch now. And they're looking to make a player. Smur Alex allowed to touch in the opponent's third, but can't quite make anything of it. Patroid hits the backboard, undefended. Smur Alex is in, but Lem makes a very intelligent block there. He's got 0 boost here, so what can he do with it? And his teammate comes in to bail him out. Spacey looking for the touch across, but again, it's just a little bit too hard, but they're looking for each other. They're looking for those passes, and that's a really good sign for this Sentinels team, even though they really need a goal with 40 seconds left.
Time is ticking. They need something soon. Spacey quite likes banging off that corner, but it's just not working out. They need to, maybe try something else. Smur Alex gives it away to Lem. Lem down into Spacey. He'll keep this one up. Lem now with an opportunity. It won't be a strong shot, but maybe a follow-up. Oh, almost gets the dunk. Leguan does enough though. Spacey trying to get to Beefcake again, but beat out by Patroid. It could be an open shot here for Leguan. He's going to give it away to Lem, and Lem now has to make a clear here to give any opportunity for Sentinels. Infield pass out to Spacey, but Patroid again stopping it, shutting it down. Lem keeps it alive. Can they do it? 0 seconds on the clock. Spacey keeps it alive. Beefcake beat out by Patroid. Oh my, this is heartbreaking. Lem onto the backboard for Alex with the clear. Beefcake with the demo. And it does touch the ground. It just made it so intense. I nearly lost any amount of breath.
Oh, that was quite a 0 seconds there. You thought they were going to get a chance, get a shot in, but they just couldn't quite work it. Spacey just couldn't quite keep the dribble. But you can see there, 3 saves, 539 points scored. Spacey's really everywhere on the field so far. Just needs his teammates just to make a few more plays. But again, I don't think it was a bad game from the Sentinels. I think they had good chances. They made some good passes, good touches. It was just the little details, just the last touch, that last play. I think Beefcake getting demoed there on a potential goal scoring opportunity. Just those little plays where Ash are coming out on top so far. But a really close game, probably exactly what we expected, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, in the offensive department, Sentinels, it was quite a slow start. We saw one shot, I believe, in around the first 3 minutes, so they definitely got to get that going. But when they did get some offense going, actually we saw the passing plays come out, but it just wasn't quick enough. Ash were easily reading it, and at that point you need to try find something else. We didn't see demo Beefcake that game, so maybe he took the approach of, playing without that kind of effect. So maybe we see that in game 2, so maybe throw Ash off guard, because that's the good thing about Beefcake. He can turn that demo chase mode on or off and still play and be as crucial to the team. So for Ash, they have to be ready for when that comes.
Absolutely. Quite a lot of that game, the backboard was relatively undefended from both teams. So if you can incorporate some demos on the sort of the goalkeeper, the third man back, then you're going to create opportunities. I think that's clear. So it'll be interested to see if Beefcake can turn demo mode on in game 2. We start here on Forbidden Temple. KG opening 10 seconds. Spacey's up there to challenge early, and that is an Ash ball to fire across the middle. Beefcake's missing the touch. Oh, he almost owned goals. Actually turns out to be quite a useful touch for his teammate, but that must have been heart in mouth moment there for Beefcake. Nearly own goaling to start this first game off.
Would have been a fail itself. What a save from Spacey. The ball was almost fully in. Gets that goal line save, but the ball has been it's been relatively in the blue half for now. Alex going to miss that. Spacey takes it past Patroid. Maybe looking to find something off the wall. A demo there from Lem, opening things up. Spacey with a light shot. It will be Leguan with an easy catch, trying to get over another. Lem to the backboard. There'll be no one to follow, no one to demo. That is the issue that we see. We see that first man, find a shot or maybe attempt to pass off that backboard, but there's just no second man to follow anything up.
Yeah, you can't demo somebody if they're not there. That's the problem with Beefcake. He's looking for them, but he can't quite find them. And Alex, that's another great save from the Sentinels team. This time it's Lem who's there to find the clearance. Should find the next touch as well. Smur Alex is up. It's awkward. It's dropping down, but Leguan's going to find the touch here. But Spacey's there. He's hovering in midfield. He's waiting for those touches, and you feel like something's going to fall his way shortly as Patroid bangs it long off this backboard. Spacey's there with the touch. He's got 0 boost though, so one of his teammates needs to come and help here, and it's another save off the line. This Sentinels team really is living on the edge here.
Patroid. Will be blocked out from Beefcake. Approaching 2 minutes in. I was going to say no opening goal, but we might have one here. Yep, Lem will put that one away. Bottom left corner. If your defense isn't paying attention, well, Lem, he'll snipe one away.
Ooh, where was the defense found wanting there? So put up a missing poster for them. Where are they? That's not where you want your third man to be, and that was an easy snipe there from Lem for this opening goal. And can they solidify this? They've been on defense the majority of this game so far. They've got the lead. Now's the time to solidify again. Make sure you don't concede that goal, that equaliser like they did in game 1.
Spacey. He's got no boost to do anything. Maybe fakes that he has it at least. Beefcake in possession of the ball. We'll get a 50. Falling into Alex. Lem has to get the save. And well, that's exactly what he does. We'll get demoed after it. But at least he's kept them in the 1-goal lead for now. Patroid trying to find the Guan, but might be beat by Beefcake here. Left in the midfield for now. Alex with the shot down into Lem. The demo was there, but just literally a millisecond too late.
That was incredible. Like, the demo was perfect, but it was just the wrong timing that the ball hit, and it was a save from your own teammate, and that's unfortunate. It was absolutely the right play, but just as you say, a millisecond too late. And that's sometimes what Rocket League comes down to. It's those fractions of a second, the little mistouches, and that's all it takes. That's a nice flick into the middle, but Beefcake can't find the finish. Patroid's up to play it off the wall here, but Lem's up early. A really nice challenge on defense here. Lem is playing back wall dominator. He's in defense, he's making the saves, he's making the plays, and he's keeping Sentinels in the lead here. Goes a bit too high there though, but Spacey's up, ready to challenge this ball. Beats one. Can he find the double touch? No, he can't. Patroid's there to find the clever touch away. Can get the dribble. Lem's up, he saves it again. Lem is everywhere on this defense.
Lem's doing a great job, and to be honest, it's great there's a player to step up, because I have just realised it's not actually Ollie on the field who is the player with the 101 saves. I think Lem is obviously getting those sub games in. I mean, against Ash, that's respectable, you've got to get them done, but Lem's really putting up the game, you know, filling that spot that Ollie lives up to, at least by numbers from the stats, so he's definitely doing what he has to do. But it could be a pass here, a shot from Lem, it might just dribble in, and it does! He gets the block, and it's just going to roll in ever so slowly, but for Sentinels, a 2-0 lead now.
Oh, absolutely. I think Lem's going for 101 saves in this game alone, to be honest. But this time, he's at the other end of the field and finding the plays. But credit the touch from Spacey, credit the assist there. Really nice aerial play to get the ball across. And it's absolutely the second goal that they're looking for, just to ease the tension and then move this series on, potentially to a 1-all scoreline. And I think anyone's game from there on, I think both teams are showing they are absolutely capable of taking the series win here. I think your prediction of 2-all is looking very handy here, it must be said. But what can this Ash team do? 40 seconds left. There's plenty of time to get the 2 goals. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. And there's the first one from Patroid. Finds the defense, non-existent, and a really nice touch there. Lem with a interesting clearance. Straight to Patroid, and Lem just backflips. Can't quite get the double jump to save the ball there. And it's game on. 30 seconds left. Anything's possible from this Ash team.
It is on Lem. He's the first one to maybe look for something. Gets past one to get it off the ceiling, but it won't be cleared from the backboard. Spacey gonna pop this one up. Looking to follow through. Alex gonna miss it. The double from Spacey. No teammate just to find it. Beefcake will, but nothing on the net. Could be a demo play here. Trying to find a pass. Maybe might be miscommunication there. That's what it looks like. They're still on the offense. They go on past one. Almost finished. Sentinels defense holds alive, and there's surely another goal. Yes. Spacey will claim the 3rd goal and hope, well, it should secure that victory for Sentinels.
Oh, you've got to push forward if you're Ash. There's, you might as well lose 3-1 as opposed to losing 2-1. It doesn't make a huge difference. You can see them pushing forward, but unfortunately just left lacking at the back, and that should seal it for game 2. And we go to a tied series after 2 games. And really, it was the Lem show in that game. Well deserving taking the MVP for that game. And I think 599 points doesn't even feel like enough, to be honest, for his contribution in this game. I wonder though if it's a tactic from the Sentinels to have him back as 3rd man, because I saw him back a lot as that defender. I wonder if that's their tactic for this. Let Spacey roam in that midfield, Beefcake can potentially go forward and get demos because you know you've got a player like Lem at the back who's able to clean up. Almost always, a little bit of a problem for the Ash goal, not quite the best touch, but he made one mistake and he made a hell of a lot more saves.
Yeah, I mean, the saves was miraculous. Definitely keeping the defensive line at a strong hold. You know what? I think he's taken that role, but he's also being the goal scorer. Obviously, third mans, they normally do clean up. You know, they get those kind of sniping sweep up goals. That's kind of what they do. You know, people think that they shouldn't be scoring, but you'd be surprised how many that position, it does give you a lot of goals if played correctly. And I'll be honest, I'm surprised that I feel like Beefcake's not really playing that demo role. I don't think we've rarely seen it. I think it's an interesting take from Sentinels, how they've approached it. But they got a game win off of it, so maybe, you know, they are approaching it the right way. But as I said, they can turn on that switch at any second, so you can't count that out. But for Ash, they just needed to finish opportunities. I think they finished with like 12 shots or something, and only to get one goal out of it, it's definitely not what you want.
No, absolutely not. We come to game 3 on Sovereign Heights, and it's a good kickoff from this Ash team, looking to establish some early pressure. It seems like they need to get the first goal in this game to have something to defend, because they can't let this Sentinels team defend the lead. You've seen them do it in game 2 very successfully. And Lem again getting involved, getting the ball downfield. He gets demoed, but his impact is clear. Alex off the wall here, misses his touch, but gets a convenient bump. Leguan there's up, it gets the demo, but not before Spacey makes the save. And it's early pressure from this Ash team as they look to take the lead in this series.
Having the lead in a game 3 when it's 1-1. Game 3s are massive games, especially when you're 1-1 in that series. Obviously, taking that game 3, I mean, you're securing a draw at least. You're not going to lose the series, and you give that pressure onto the opponents in game 4 as well. They're not going to want to lose themselves, so this is a big game. Finding the opening goal will definitely get that momentum. Beefcake clears that one away and will be given possession to the Ash side. A flip from Leguan over one, gets past a second. Can he find the infield pass here? He will find it, but to the wrong play. It'll go closer to Beefcake than Alex. That could have been a great play there from Leguan, but just wasn't executed to the best.
That's really intelligent defense from Beefcake, not committing, you know. Leguan had 0 boost, not too much he could have done with it, not that Beefcake would know that, but really intelligent defending by Beefcake, just to wait for the touch and make his play. And Beefcake's up, looking for the touch across. Leguan's missed the ball, it's awkward for Patroid, but he finds a really good touch and his teammates all swarm back to help. And Alex on the dribble, beats one with Lem. Can he get it over 2? But no, Beefcake's up there. Limited boost here to make a play, but he should be able to snipe this boost in the corner. Another miss from this Ash team. They're making a few bad plays here on defense, but they're getting away with it. They're covering each other, and it shows good communication from this team. They're stuck in this corner at the moment with Beefcake looking to put that pressure on, getting the touches, the bumps, the little aggressions we were talking about. And there is Lem meeting the pass across the midfield, scoring again. It's the Lem show. This team is on Lem's back, and I love it.
Oh, it's a nice shot from Lem, but got to give credit to Spacey as well. It's a beautiful pass. Literally puts the ball directly to Lem. Nothing close to the opponents. A great, well-deserved goal there from the Sentinels roster. But Patroid already equalising things up seconds in. A great kickoff here from Ash.
It's the same pattern as the last 2 games. The Sentinels team get that lead, and then it feels like it's right back in the Ash court, and I think that's just one of those goals, kickoff goals. They happen, you know. It feels bad. You've just taken the lead and you immediately lose it again. But you just need to regain if you're the Sentinels team, not concede the next goal, just solidify your defense, and that's off the crossbar. Spacey looking to make the play out of defense, but it's challenged early. And Lem's looking for that midfield pass just to relieve some of this pressure. But the Ash come again with Alex looking to challenge, but he's just a little bit too slow, and Spacey's able to get the touch. Then popping it up, Beefcake with a challenge, a nice 50 from Patroid, but again his teammate's not quite reading where the ball's going. Alex looking for the pass, Leguan off the wall, and Lem finding those touches, but there's nobody in the middle. Patroid will clear, and this Ash team looking fairly comfortable in defence now. We're sort of settled down, 2 minutes to go. The next goal feels like it's going to be critical for both these teams.
critical indeed. Could it be Leguan right here with a good block? Zero Boost now in the tank, gets that small pad. Could be that little bit extra to find something, but Beefcake with a good block. Smoralex, he's going to pop that up and away to Lem. Trying to find something in the midfield. No player will be found from his team. Spacey. Gonna pop this one down. Petroid back to the blue corner. Bit of ping pong ball here from both sides. Just maybe hesitating a bit too much. A great pass back to Smoralex, but could be Leguan beat here by Beefcake. Trying to find something now. Petroid off the front post. Maybe trying to find possession. Beefcake with that demo, but there will be no teammate nowhere close to find a shot. Just at the wrong time. But both sides, they look pretty, you know, playing safe. I mean, I say that, but demos are really coming out from Sentinels now.
Yeah, I think the Sentinels team have started to leave 2 players back quite a bit. They're not those midfield rotations looking to cut. Oh, there's space. Just as I say that, Spacey proves my point there with a cutting into midfield there. Doesn't fall back, looks to aggress the ball. And look what happens. He finds the goal. And I think that's just the last minute or so. The Sentinels team stopped doing that. And when they start doing it again, they score. And I think that's one of the signatures of this team, looking to challenge those balls out of midfield, not let Ash get out of their own half. And it results in that critical goal with 50 seconds left. That's a miss from Smoralex, and another one from Leguan, but there's not punished this time. Patroid's able to find the 50, but it's a bit awkward. Beefcake with a nice touch into the middle, but that's cleared by Smoralex. Spacey up off the corner, looking for the awkward read off the ball, but Leguan does very well to save that from the on-rushing Sentinels player and looks to get the flick. I think that's one thing I've noticed from Leguan actually. He's very good at keeping possession, little flicks, little touches to keep control of the ball without wasting it, and I think that's definitely coming into play for his team when they're trying to get out of defense.
For sure, maybe they need to try and utilize that more, especially heading into game number 4, unless we see that equalizer to head us over into overtime. A good bump of the keeper. We just need a shot. Oh. Someone shoot! No! Petroid misses the ball. That was their chance to go to overtime. But Sentinels, they will get away with it. They'll take that game. Look, Spacey with the little car wiggle. He knows. He's like, yep, we take those, baby. Sentinels, 2-1 in this game and 2-1 in the series.
Oh, chaos in front of the Sentinels net there, and all Patroid needed was really any touch to find that goal. He just couldn't. Maybe he was put off by the demo in front of him. It was all just chaos in front of the Sentinels net. But what a critical win here. Remember, this is a fight for... We looked at the league table. Sentinels have got 8 games in hand on teams above them. You know, this is a crucial week for them to really establish themselves as a playing team. And they're doing it. They're proving it on the stream against one of their tightest competitors in the league table. And they are coming up with potentially not even a full roster as well. I think Lem's appears to be the sub. So, yeah, this is a very impressive performance from Sentinels so far. And both our predictions can still happen as well. So one of us will be right. Who's it going to be?
It's literally a 50-50. It could go either way. So we're going to have to find out, obviously, in this final game of Rocket League. But, you know, for my sake, I'm hoping it's a draw, just so I'm correct. But by looking at recent form, I think Sentinels probably do have that little bit of an edge. You know, with Ash, they're just not really finding these finishes. They have that potential. We've seen them on offense. We've seen them go for those kind of, I would say too mechanical, but we've seen the control from Leguan. We've seen the double attempts from Petroid, but we're just not seeing any of it work out to result in a goal.
Absolutely. It's about mentality for this Ash team now. They will feel like they could have won game 2. They will feel like they definitely could have tied it up in game 3, potentially taking it to overtime, then anything's possible. So it's about mentality now. This game is just as important as all the other 3. RSC is unique in that sense with the 4-game series. Every game is critical for these teams. You know, a 3-1 defeat here for Ash doesn't end anything for them, but, you know, that one game, you come back to it at the end of the season, you think, oh, if only we'd won that game, we'd have been in a different spot on the table. So, you know, no regrets now. Leave it all out on the field if you're this Ash team. Really put pressure on Sentinels because they've looked shaky in defense. You know, they've relied on Lem a lot with their defense. So, you know, it's up to this Ash team now to really, really push forward. But 1 minute in, and it's all a bit cagey, but until Leguan finds a very nice touch with an excellent 50 in your opponent's third. Patroid touches there, gets a nice 50 off Lem, and Leguan applies the finish. And that is exactly what the Ash team were looking for. An early goal, something to build on, and now the Sentinels team have to come out and play.
They got to find something to keep their hopes alive. Obviously, I mean, they got plenty of time. They got 4 minutes. A good pitch there from Lem. They will be giving away possession. Detroit not going to look to control it. Back to Lem. Down into the midfield. It would be a shot for Beefcake, but Smurr Alex with the save. Keeps them and holding in the lead. It's a great rotation there from him. On the blue corner now. Detroit look for something off the wide of the post. Leguan with the shot, but it will be Beefcake with that save. Sentinels looking to hold this defensive line. Passing Leguan off the post. Ash, they show the falter in the offense, but it's still on. The bump, and it goes in. Shot after shot, many attempts, but it finally gets the result. The ball in the net.
Beefcake with the missed touch there. Spacey makes the right play, but Patroid follows it in with an excellent bump. Forces both opponent and ball into the net. Should get 2 goals for that, really. Well, what a play by Patroid. And this Ash team have come out firing in game 2. Minute and a half in, 2-goal lead, and all the pressure's now on Sentinels to avoid the draw in this series.
We've not really seen any massive score lines, so to see 2 goals already, it kind of, already gives you that kind of thinking of, okay, Ash probably looking to take this game as long as they don't throw anything too massively here. Leguan is going to get the mistouch, and you know what? Yeah, cast a curse. I say it every time. It's a real thing. It really is.
It really is. You talk about all the goals, the lack of them in this series. Low-scoring games in this series, tight games. But 2 minutes in, we've had 3 goals, and yeah, I mean that's a gift for the Sentinels. They've had a couple of those this series, little, unfortunate little touches, or in this case a missed touch from Leguan, who's been really solid with his touches all series, just to let him down off the backboard where he really needed it. And now we see what we get from the Sentinels team, pushing forward. Only 1 goal behind, anything's possible with over half the game left, and you can see them cutting those rotations in midfield. Beefcake looking to make the play, didn't quite work that time. And that is I thought he was going to get the save there. Smurr Alex again with a really nice challenge here. Patroid setting the ball up for a second touch, finds the 50. A great bump again from Patroid, and almost a save from Lem, but he couldn't quite save it off the post. And the 2-goal lead is established back again for this Ash team.
It is back, but still with half a game of Rocket League, so it's not comfortable just yet. Sentinels still in potential of taking it. Beefcake gets a good challenge. Will still be in favour for the Sentinel side if Spacey can find this. Onto the backboard, maybe hoping for the bounce down, but Leguan's not going to miss those ones. Beefcake is going to try and give this to Spacey. Not going to be able to find it with Beefcake, giving it back to Spacey. Spacey not going to be able to find the touch. Lem now left by himself, has to buy time here. Beefcake's going to cut. It's a good touch there. Lem was left, I believe, probably in around a 1v2 situation. And when we saw that last time, it was a goal for Ash. So it's very well played there from Sentinels.
Absolutely. Shutting down Leguan with trying to dribble the ball there. Shut him down. Stop him from doing that. And you can take the ball off. That's a lovely cut there and a lovely touch. But he couldn't quite find. It was off the crossbar. And that could have been the 3-goal lead. 2-goal leads are always a bit sketchy as he gets the reset. But he can't quite find the touch. Crossbar again from Leguan, who's having a game this time. But Spacey looking for the touch, but again, a really good save. Leguan's all over the field in this game. You feel like this Ash team, they've had a word in that break between game 3 and 4, and they've said, boys, let's shut this down. We know we can win this game, and they are proving it so far in this. With a minute left, 2 goals for Sentinels. It just doesn't feel like it's coming. It just feels like this Ash team are pressing for the 4th. They're finding the touches, they're cutting in midfield, they're crippling this Sentinels defense, boost starving them, playing off the back wall time and time again. We're getting missed touches all over the field now, and Lem's looking to try and find some breathing space for the Sentinels roster.
Ash, they're doing a great job at just locking this ball in the blue half. We've rarely seen Sentinels have much to really say in this game, especially in the last couple of minutes. And for Sentinels, they've just struggled to get pressure or any type of offense. And we've only seen, we've seen 6 shots from them, but it definitely doesn't feel like that. And with Ash, we've seen the side of 11 shots and just a lot of possession in that midfield. And I mean, every second that they're wasting here is just increase of securing the win for themselves. And with about 15 seconds left, I don't see Sentinels getting 2 here. Or maybe even 1 at this point.
There's a chance. There's a chance here for Lem to find the touch.
You know what? Okay. I should just go mute. You know what? Just have it, okay?
Just as you say that, Lem finds the touch. There's 8 seconds left, so I mean, it's a long shot from here, but we've seen it happen. We've seen kick-off goals. You just never know. As Lem finds a great touch here, Beefcake off the side. It's a bit awkward for Patroid. Spacey with the pinch. That's not going to really help his teammate, and the Ash team are able to let it drop. But they made it interesting, the Sentinels roster, and we've got the 2-2. We've got the draw that you predicted. The draw, it felt like the stats said it would be. It was all very close, 7th versus 8th in the table. It is, I mean, a draw felt right. I think it's a story of what could have been for Ash. They had a lot of pressure, a lot of shots in almost every game. They just couldn't find the finishes in that game 2 and 3. And we saw in game 4 really what they're capable of. Le Guin looks like a really handy player on the ball. He's got really nice touches, and we see the pressure. Patroid getting 2 goals or off bump plays, aggressive plays, and putting all that together. This Ash roster looks like they shouldn't really be in 8th place. So definitely could see them rising in the last few weeks.
Oh, for sure, and it's going to be a big part depending, which of their fixtures they've got. Have they got to play those top dog teams that are really going to, give them a fight for their playing spot, or they're going to play, maybe some other teams that are around that playing spot. So already playing Sentinels, so it already counts one of those teams out to play again. But with a 2-2 result, I think it was kind of expected and deserved. I think it could go either way. They could replay game 5 probably if it was in play-ins or playoffs. But both sides, they've really showed their talents in their individual games that they won. And at the end of the day, if you're going to make those mistakes in the games that you lost, you will lose out on those extra win that might scrape you to that seeding for play-ins or maybe even playoffs if they, want to make a miracle run. But, they could be my guess for that.
Absolutely. I don't think that's out of the question for either of these teams. I think you're absolutely right. There seems to be some definitely stronger teams in the conference that you're going to find it hard to get results against. But these sort of series where you need to take games from, and I don't think either team will be too unhappy with a 2-2 draw. I think Ash may be a little bit more disappointed they weren't able to take a few more of those chances. But I think a draw is a fair result. I think 2 good performances, teams that we could definitely see in the postseason in a few weeks' time. But I think that's everything from us. Unless you've got anything else to add, Buddha. I think that's all from us for the first cast of the night.
Except from how good the gameplay. Well, I say good. That's not really the best way to describe it. just good. It wasn't anything superb, but just good. Nah, it was great gameplay from all the players. The efforts. It's all credits and efforts to everyone on the field. Obviously, both teams probably feeling that they could have got the win, but that's how draws go. You're going to feel like that. And also, that's going to be it from me tonight. At least I believe you're on again for the next series. So chat.
Indeed.
You're being left in good hands. Okay, you're going to be left all nice and well. So I just hope that you get a good set of games tonight.
Yep, it'll be myself and Kingsman back for Saturnia versus Darkness in the Elite tier in about 20 minutes' time. So we'll sign off for now, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes' time.
Do you think you could be my little runaway? I say we just leave and get away. Forget the whole world and run away. We'll make our own rules and run away. I just really wanna get to know ya. Know you tired of all of the old ones. If you wanna lean little runaway. I say we just leave and get away. Forget the whole world and run away. We'll make our own rules and run away. Run away, run away. Could you be, could you be, could you be, could you be? Be my little runaway. Yeah, yeah. Be my little runaway. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Pour up for a good time, Corona, get that good vibe. Drinking till the sunrise, just like we used to do. Mexico, let's go there. Yeah, sex is slow, I don't care. Where we go as long as I'm there with you. Just like we used to do. Still tired like your friends, so we used to do. say the feeling's mutual. Distance between us dissolves when I fly over. Pull up, shotgun, sitting wide open. Hop in, tell me how your life been. Used to talk every day till the night's end. Been a year now, I'ma need the whole school. You thriving, update me on them goals too. Yeah, I could listen to you forever. Filling up a few of them strong, never let them take us anywhere they plan to. Don't jump the gun, but when we sippin' something, you already know what's up. Lean back, I'll take you where we used to go. We both familiar on what the future holds. Bottoms up for the time that we wasted. Later we got reacquainted. For a good time, Corona, get that good vibe. Drinking till the sunrise, just like we used to do. Mexico, let's go there. Yeah, sex is slow, I don't care where we go as long as I'm there with you. Just like we used to do. You work hard, you need a vacation. I'll take your lifestyle, rearrange it. Put you on a plane with a destination, a white sand. All this funded off a mic stand. My right hand, I'm catering to your life. From the room, see the waves to the shoreline. Skin tan, you blended with the locals. Burn bread, are you something we could toast to? I'll promote you, show you to the universe. Got a couple on reserve, but you was first. Yeah, always have, always will be. You're the only one who gotta know the real me. So lean back, I'll take you where we used to go. From the clouds, you can view the coast. I feel the same for you, I don't even gotta say shit. Later we got reacquainted. For a good time, Corona, get that good vibe. Drinking till the sunrise, just like we used to do. Mexico, let's go there. Yeah, sex is slow, I don't care where we go as long as I'm there with you. Just like we used to do. Usually I put it down and withdraw. You always getting a round of applause. Standing ovation, give me an encore. Yeah, I need an encore. Tell me that you coming home with me. Love it when you fitting close to me. Showing you how it's supposed to be. I know you know it's me. For a good time, Corona, get that good vibe. Drinking till the sunrise, just like we used to do. Mexico, let's go there. Yeah, sex is slow, I don't care where we go as long as I'm there with you. Just like we used to do.
Hey yo, this is the first song that I ever recorded. Check it out. Hey, 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 hey.
I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just to pass me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm open, I got no worries now.
I've been chilling in the back of a class with a pack on my back and my mind and a Maybach. I'm afraid that I'm too laid back. I don't study, but I make great A-rap. Little shorty, and she wanna throw way back. Got a little bit of rock and a little bit of jazz and a little bit of top and a little bit of racks and a little bit of smile and a whole lot of laugh. Hey, I kick back, you know that my rap kicks. I've been smiling for so long, I might need chapstick. I ain't talking to you fakes, these brothers plastic. Kill a verse and they put me on the blacklist.
I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just to pass me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm open, I got no worries now. I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just to pass me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm open, I got no worries now.
One they coming for my neck, ayy, I'm just trying to do my best. I ain't ever son a check, but a brother know he blessed. I'ma go cop some shoes at the thrift. Honda Civic from 02 with your boo, yeah, that's my lift. I be flexing, that's a Walmart on my wrist. $30. $30? That's the price of my whole fit. You got Gucci on your jacket and I'm laughing. Pass the proof, I ain't gon' have it. Yeah, the truth is what I'm rapping.
I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just to pass me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm open, I got no worries now. I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just to pass me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm open, I got no worries now.
I got some things in my mind that I think will be better off singing a song. Yeah, be my addiction and be my depression. I'm winning against all the odds. Yeah, pride got the best of me. I was the center, a player. I fell to the ground. They told me I won't make it. I took it and made something greater. I'm lost, but I know I'll be fine. Yeah, saying now they gon' know the name. I'm a hard hitter on the road to fame. I was feeling down, so I wrote a page. Get a beat, leave it in a murder case.
She gon' want me when the lights down. Yeah, I'm feeling it right now. Sending up the new heights now. Smile for the photo bite down. I got all money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but that's now all just the past me. Speakers loud, roofers down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm old when I got no worries now. I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but that's now all just the past me. Speakers loud, roofers down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm old when I got no worries now.
Bro, that was my first song, dude. The next one, a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I can't really get it right. I've been so alone, honestly, I think at night. I can't really fade, you can see it in my eyes. Deep down in my soul, you can see my despise. Running up, we got to gain, and it's freaking suicide. I don't really understand why we gotta fight, how come we can't coincide? Why she really tryna cheat, yeah, she really wanna get a freaking man inside. If I really find out, little baby, I'ma have to make your mama cry. Ooh, I'm so tired. She broke my heart apart, my heart on fire. Make it hit notes on Mariah, my heart on fire. See, I'm a man cannot cry. Too much I can change, but I cannot change for you. And they know I've been supporting, even though I know that they about to hate on you. I know that I'll go insane. If I go insane, then I'll bust a brain for you. I don't even gotta beg, baby girl, I really gotta eat your cake for you. Too much on my mind, I've been going out. Too much in my life, and it's getting rough. Baby, I understand, you just want the cuffs. You just really wanna less, you never really love. See you a liar. You think that you live like a princess, not a squire. All my homies, we got the bands, we not for hire. I got Nick Cannons in the back, you not Mariah. Told him to move, She cannot make all these plans. Move how I move, And if you don't wanna smash, do what I do. I know you capping, you smashed the crew. Oh my God. Yeah, right down on my roads, I can't really get it right. I've been so alone, honestly, I think at night. I can't really fade, you can see it in my eyes. Deep down in my soul, you can see my despise. Running up, we got the game, and it's freaking suicide. I really understand why we gotta fight, how come we can't coincide? She really tryna cheat, yeah, she really wanna get a freaking man inside. I really find out, little baby, I might have to make your mama cry. I'm tired.
Welcome back to the stream. We are onto the second match tonight and this Friday night stream in week 7. I'm Ice Ice Davey, and joining me is another legend of the RSC community. It's Kingsman Gas. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing very good, thank you. And well, Elite now, we move up a tier, and well, we have a big game in store for us as well. We move on over to the schedule. Obviously, in the first match, we had a 2-2 between Sentinels and Ash. I didn't watch the stream, so I don't know how that game went. We had tonight now Saturnia versus Darkness in the Elite tier. And then our final game of the night will be Serene Taisho versus Terra.
Yeah, that first match was a very close, very entertaining rival series. Two teams fighting for those play-in spots, playoff spots, and to be honest, it's the same in this match in this Elite series as well. We've got 7th versus 10th in Glacius Conference in Elite, but both teams, it feels like, aren't that far away from being in competition for those play-in spots. Yeah, it might seem like quite a way away for Darkness, but they're only 4 games behind 7th. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap to 6th, but you don't feel like, with games in hand over most teams above them, there's a chance for this Darkness team to really come back in, but it feels like they need to start picking up some results pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a comment being in that 6th place spot on that team right now. But yeah, exactly. Saturnia obviously they have a series in hand tonight, so this is a big series for them. And Darkness, obviously, every game counts. They're 10 games behind 6th and 13 behind 5th. So they really need a run. In Saturnia, well, they just need a good run of momentum. Obviously, they have a series in hand. A 4-0 tonight would put them 2 games behind 6th with a series in hand, with Holdra having to play 3rd in their other game, and Saturnia's other game being against Profits. So two big games here for both of these sides.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what stands out to me from the team stats point of view is Darkness's goal tally. It's by far the lowest in the conference, and it might even be the lowest in the tier. And I think that's going to be a real problem here. They're a full 40 goals behind Saturnia now. Saturnia is pretty competitive with teams around them as well, so maybe they're just losing some of the close games. They're keeping it close, but they're just losing sort of those 1-goal games. But yeah, I think for me, yeah, everything else is fairly similar, but that goals for is such a crucial statistic for me.
Yeah, and the goals against for Darkness as well, 145 against, a minus 64 goal difference. Obviously, they have had a rebrand. I know they went off a very poor start to the season. They are picking up very well now. As, yeah, obviously Saturnia also a new roster. They've had to make some changes. Obviously, Hazard have some issues with psionics, and well, they fielded tonight. They fielded Nick, Swift Fox, and Nikolai. So it'll be interesting to see how that roster performs. But I must ask, any predictions from you for this series tonight?
Absolutely, I've gone 3-1 to Saturnia. I don't think we can rule out this Darkness team. I think they're well in contention here, and I can see this being another draw. But I think that Saturnia team, they just look like they're just stronger to me. The form is pretty even. They've won the last game. They beat your team. I want to bring that up. But, you've probably got the best view on these players, to be honest, having played against them, once or maybe twice this season already. But I just feel like Saturnia should have the edge here. But I think it'll be a close one. I don't think they're going to run away with it, and I would be surprised if it's a sweep.
Yeah, and as much as I wanted to agree with you, Saturnia, they have made a few roster changes, so I went for a draw 2-2. Darkness, they have been on a very good run, upsetting a few results recently, pulling even a few wins off a team last week. And this week, they got a draw against, I believe there's a pretty strong side. It was... I can't seem to find it. My brain is absolutely against me. No, they haven't played a series this week. It was last week. Never mind. But they've been putting out some good results, obviously, reviewing them on RSCast. You know that they are pulling the results, they're pulling it back. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform against another side, really, who need results.
Absolutely. I think we've got everybody in the lobby ready to go, raring to go for this series. As we start our game 1 on Manfield Night, we have both teams in the lobby. As you say, it's Nick, Swift, and Nikolai versus Hex, Stealthy Wolf, and my Minorca. So we start game 1, and Nick's there, able to get the pop over, looking to follow with a nice early touch, but well challenged by Stealthy Wolf in the midfield, with Minorca taking the touch, nicely challenged by Swift. So looking like a Bit of a midfield battle to start off here. Both teams looking to play some touches forward, finding each other and going for those touches, and we should see a very entertaining series here, I hope.
Yeah, we should, and I believe Stealthy is an FA sub in for tonight for Darkness. They are missing Renko in that respect, so I wonder how that will change up the play. Obviously, they've worked very well as a unit, this three Darkness side, so I wonder how it changes now. But midfield, we see Stealthy up, looks for the beats one, but Swift Fox on the backboard there to get the clear, and well, almost a minute in, and well, it's still 0-0, and it's still a very mid-contend game with both sides having one attack apiece.
Yeah, absolutely. The free agent can really work both ways. You don't have that sort of communication, you don't have that chemistry, but sometimes, you know, we've seen FAs absolutely pop off in these kind of games. They're an unknown quantity, and that's an early goal here for Saturnia, just over a minute in, and it's good pressure. Stealthy Wolf going for the boost, getting the touch off the wall, but really hesitating that second touch, and it's punished by Nick finding that right corner, and it's an early lead for Saturnia. I think that free agent can really work both ways for you. It'd be interesting to see how much of a name Stealthy Wolf can make for himself. Not the best start there, but it's early in game one and there's plenty of opportunity to come back.
Yeah, exactly. FAs, they allow these games to be played out, which obviously is amazing in its own regard. But there's some FAs, as you said, that absolutely carry series that are just unknown by some teams out there at the minute. And well, Darkness is a 10th place side. I believe having a free spot on the roster, potentially be looking at that, and that's a brilliant pass from Hex Obsidian, but it's not going to be capitalized on by Stealthy. Now we're going to see Hex. He does not opt for the pass there, but Stealthy, big clear in the midfield, but Nicolaj is going to get there. Swift looks for the midfield pass, is not going to get it. Hex now. Good demo from Stealthy, that opens the play up a bit, but that two of them in front of the ball will not do them any favours as Menorca, good 50 in the midfield, and with half the game left, there's not really much separating the sides except for the goal.
Absolutely, some good aggression starting to come out as the teams find that confidence. It's game one on stream, it can be nervy, it can be cagey, but both teams looking for that aggression, that key play to remove one of your opposition and to get a nice free touch. But a lot of this game's been played high in the air, popping to each other, looking to get those second touches, but it's just the passes just aren't quite coming off yet, and that's a good demo there. Should relieve some of the pressure, but two players go for it and Menorca's able to get the 50, but giving Nick time in the corner. He pops it to himself, waiting for a teammate to play it, but Swift is challenged well by Hex, who's looking to make that play off to a teammate in the middle. He can't quite find it. Speculative shot from Stealth there, and his demo gets a demo on the way past, but unfortunately no shot on net there. Menorca's got a free shot. Nick's awkward. It's just about bailed out by his teammate. An awkward save, but yeah, stationary in net like that, they can be very, very awkward. But Saturnia get away with it. That's a nice ball across, and it's a great pass. Nick's able to apply the clinical finish, and the second goal of the game, I believe, and a healthy 2-goal lead for the Saturnia roster. Menorca caught at the near post, just not able to get the touch, and that is a healthy margin now for the Saturnia roster.
I reckon if I don't know who took the shot for Darkness when they were stationary, I reckon it had a bit more power. You get it past last time, but as you said, stationary players are very vulnerable in those situations, but obviously Saturnia, they've done very well to get the counter-attack. And well, that's going to be a goal now for Menorca. Very good play from Hex in midfield. A bit of a miss on defense, but inevitably, Hex absolutely destroys Nick on the 50. Swift misses it, and inevitably, good 50 from Menorca. And that healthy margin is sliced back in half, 2-1.
Absolutely. We saw a lot of that play in the first series, where challenging, getting those useful 50s in your opponent's third creates opportunities. It catches that defense unaware. And Hex did a great little touch there, and that is an awkward miss from the defence there. And that is Nick with this. I think that's his hat trick now, and it's a Swift trying to get the pop, but it's challenged in midfield by his own teammate, and none of the defence can keep it out. And just as that, the 2-goal lead is back again.
Yeah, as much as I can talk good about this Darkness side, it's not looking good. They have only made one save in the entire game. And well, with a side like Saturnia and a player as good as Nick, you're going to need to be getting those saves, and you're going to need to be pushing this Saturnia roster back into defense. And Menorca, bit of a 360 there as Nick looks for the read. As I said, a tremendous player in himself as Nick does get the misread, but Hex is going to be there. Looks to push it forward, but it's a good 50 in the midfield. Menorca now is up, dusts Nick, and now Nikolaj back in defense. We haven't really seen much of him this series, but as Hex Obsidian gets a beautiful beat down, but Swift is going to be on the goal line to ensure Saturnia stay in. That's a beautiful middle from him, but Swift puts it over, and is he going to finish it? He isn't, but what a save from Stealthy to keep it out. And well, this could have saved the game, but Nick almost punishes that. And finally, we're seeing Darkness pick up some momentum here.
Oh, what a save there by Sophia. Done everything right on the offense, but from the heavens, Stealthy Wolf comes and keeps his team in it with a chance with 15 seconds, but you feel like this is potentially a bit of a lost cause now. Nick's really stepping up and taking control of this game one with his hat-trick, but the whole team is looking very solid, not making many mistakes, making those touches, those saves when they need to, and it's up to this Darkness team to really figure this Saturnia puzzle out now. And as they take game one by what seems like a comfortable margin, they didn't have it all their own way, but I'd say that was a solid game one for your first match on stream.
Yeah, it's as you said, very unstable. I reckon Darkness in the defense a bit shaky, but that stables out. They had more shots to Darkness roster. If that stables out and then get a bit more pressure, it's anyone's game. But Nick has worked wonders for Saturnia. He's given them the hat trick. He's given them the game one. And well, Rocket League's very much momentum based. I've said this every single series I've casted. Game one, it couldn't mean the world. If you go 2-0 up, massive momentum. But 1-1, then it's a game on. This next game is very important for both sides in this matchup.
Every game counts in Rocket League. As we always say, the unique nature of the 4-game series, every game is important. You can, if you're 3-0 down in a series, you take that, final game because that might be the game that gets you the position. So every game is crucial. I think Stealthy Wolf as well is going to really grow into this series. I hope the free agent, that first game can be a little bit strange. Maybe they've scribbed beforehand and got some practice in, but a few double commits, a few areas where the communication probably wasn't there, as you might expect from a free agent coming into a team. So I would expect to see that improve over the course of this series as he gets more used to what his teammates can and can't do, and where they're going to be on the field. But Nick's the key player here, scoring a hat-trick in game one. Can he continue that form into game two as we kick off there? An awkward kick-off from Stealthy Wolf there, nearly missed the ball completely, and invites some early pressure from the Saturnia roster. He's there to clean up his own touch off the wall, looking for another touch, not getting it. Nick's able to play it off the back ball where Swift is there looking for the double, and what a shot by Swift, making the play off the backboard. Stealthy Wolf not able to get the touch, Nick popping it up, and Swift with a double touch to himself into the middle of the goal. What a finish to open game two.
Yeah, I mean, when you're hitting shots like that, honestly, no chance. And well, we're gonna need to see Darkness pull back here, because they really haven't shown anything, and Menorca just not giving the Darkness roster and Mutz, if he's watching, some hope, and that's a brilliant 50 by Nikolaj there, as now we're gonna see Nick pummel a shot into net, a double commit, but Menorca is gonna clear it away. It's a good demo as well from Nick. Nikolaj looks to get it middle, flip reset over one, and well, Swift gets the dunk. Darkness look absolutely shattered in this defense, and they have no response. 2-0 Saturnia.
Oh, the mechanics are coming out now from the Saturnia team. They've got the confidence, they've got the skills to pay the bills, and in 45 seconds, they've taken this game to by the scruff of its neck with some excellent mechanics. Swift there with a great 50, but it was all the setup there that allowed him to get that goal. And this team, there was a chance from Hex to take a goal back straight away. Stealthy Wolf off the crossbar, Hex looking for the low touch, but he's challenged out by Swift, and Nick's able to get a pinched clearance, which is going to fall for Nikolaj, but that's a good touch there, and Hex gets Stealthy Wolf even gets the finish this time. The pressure was building from this Darkness roster. Nice touch there from Hex, and Stealthy Wolf with the finish just about creeping it over the line above Nick, but they haven't let the heads drop, and that's what you'd like to see from this Darkness team. They've been styled on twice in the first minute, but they're back in this game.
Yeah, they are, and well, it's good to see some momentum finally building for this Darkness roster as Nick looks to shatter it completely, but Stealthy takes it to the corner, misses the boost, but he has enough boost to get a touch past Nikolaj. But Swift Fox is going to dunk Menorca here. Now, 1v3, how does Hex cope? He copes brilliantly. Good 50 as he looks to push it upfield now. No one on the right side. Nikolaj, good challenge now as Menorca looks for a quick shot. It's going to bounce out. Hex is there. Can Hex do it? Oh, and Hex and Stealthy collide. And well, Nick gets a free clear up. We know how good he is. And they give him the time and the space. And well, it's almost going to be 3-1. But what a save from Menorca. Honestly, all I'm saying is you do not give a player as good as Nick that much time.
No, you need to close him down at the first opportunity. You can't be letting him air dribble from that far. He had 30 boosts left. He had everything he needed to score there. It wasn't for a vital Menorca touch to take it away. But you can see the confidence flowing in the Saturnia team. There's a chance, though, with that third man rotating too far away there. Swift caught a little bit awkward. Great demo there, and Hex just able to lob the touch over. I think Nikolai might have been bumped there as well, just to really compound the misery for the Saturnia team. And for all the tricks, flicks, mechanics from the Saturnia team, it's 2-2. And this Darkness side has every chance of taking this game.
Yeah, and well, a bit of an overcommit, and it all goes out the window. Yeah, cast a curse. We know it's too great. Menorca and Stealthy sat upfield. I think a bit too much confidence in this Darkness side. They put it back, and suddenly they're caught. Two of them are caught upfield. I don't know what is going on, but they have pulled back 2 goals. Surely they can pull back another. As Stealthy booms the ball upfield, and now Swift. Good 50 as we're going to see Nick beaten out by Hex. Menorca bumps into Stealthy there. And now we're going to see a bang upfield. Swift is there, almost collides with the ball there as Nikolaj puts it wide. And well, Hex now, good 50. Menorca almost gets the double tap and he gets it round Swift. Now, do we see an attack building for Darkness? He gets it round Nick, but Nikolaj is there. And well, what a chance that was, all made by Menorca, but nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, this Darkness team just needs to solidify the defense. It's all well and good making the plays up the field, but if you can't keep the ball out the net, then you're just not going to win Rocket League games. So I think they've got the attacks. They've managed to shut down some of what Saturnia are trying to do, but it's just about keeping that solid defense and now creating that one more chance here. Here's Nick with a touch over, and he gets that second touch over Stealthy Wolf in defense. Gave him too much time. Again, you pointed it out just a second ago. He needs to be challenged because he's going to make touches like that. And Nick continues his goal scoring streak. He's up to 5 in this series so far, and is really doing the most for this team.
Yeah, and well, they've scored. They've come back from a 2-goal deficit. How about they do it again? Hex with a miss, and well, second man's pushed up a bit far, and the third man overcommits. Darkness have just fallen away since that 2-2. There has been potentially a few good opportunities, but they don't look like their usual selves in defense. There's another double commit. What is happening? I don't know. And there's going to be a demo here onto Hex, but he coped brilliantly again. And well, he's going to push forward now. Nikolaj, awkward. It's awkward, and a double commit for Saturnia. Double commits all over the board. And well, a minute left. It's Saturnia's game to lose at this point.
Absolutely, this feels like a more difficult 2-goal comeback than the last time. But I like what Hex is doing in this series so far. He's making some really good plays on defense, some really intelligent touches and challenges in his opponent's third, just like that one. But it's just not being backed up by his team, and I think they're really suffering from the sort of lack of chemistry and communication, perhaps, with the free agent coming in, Stealthy Wolf, who's trying to make those plays. But you see the double commits, and it just allows this Saturnia team, with all their skill, just to make those plays, get the ball over their opponent's head, And I think Swift is definitely an unsung hero in this game. I'm really enjoying some of these touches he's coming out with. There's a lovely touch across. Just as I big him up, he makes an incredible assist to Nick, who gets another hat-trick for his second in a row. Swift did a really nice play underneath Stealthy Wolf, and Nick finishes it into the top of the net. And it's, again, another comfortable victory from the Saturnia team. Made to work for it at times, lost that 2-goal lead, but you have to say they deserve it. And Menorca's just going to get a consolation here, just to pad some stats as we take this to game 3 with a 2-0 lead to the Saturnia team.
Honestly, I want to see. I know all these Darkness players. I've teamed with Menorca this season. Stealthy is a good mate of mine. Hex I've known for a few seasons. They are capable of a lot more. I know they are, and well, I want to see more. They're playing very well, I do not doubt that, but they are giving Nick and Saturnia too much time and space. They're playing very well, this Saturnia roster. They've had 9 shots this game. They've only had to make 2 saves. They've scored 3. So they've converted more than they've saved. So I reckon Darkness, they get a bit more on the attack. They can beat Saturnia here, but credit to Saturnia, they're putting in the goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for this Darkness roster, you know, you've got a free agent. It is going to cause some disruption, but you need to just put some confidence in each other. It's about now, you know, not second guessing each other too much and just making those plays. There's been a little bit of hesitancy in defense at times, not making those challenges. You need to just have full conviction. Yes, a free agent's going to make that difficult, but you know, we've seen what free agents can do. They're a very important part of this league, as you said before, and I think, you know, Hex is playing some very tidy Rocket League. He needs some backup. And I think if he can get that, this Darkness roster can definitely trouble Saturnia. They need to up that challenge game. But I think, for me, Swift really stepped up in game 2 as well. No, Nick got the goals, but Swift was really putting in work for his team. And the Saturnia roster looks very, very strong, it must be said.
Yeah, I mean, it's as you said, I think Swift had 100% goal contribution, and same with Hex. So, I mean, there's 2 players that are doing loads around this field. Just one has got better reinforcement, and that's a brilliant kickoff from Saturnia. But as I hype him up, Hex is going to be tidy again in the defense and get a banging clear upfield as Stealthy gets it back. We're seeing more passing plays. I'm liking this from Darkness. Even if it doesn't work out for them, it's the light that is, it's the idea even that's going to work in the long run. As now Nikolaj looks to beat 2, he doesn't, and Swift, he's going to need to bring back his game 2 form if Saturnia, as you said, he's an unsung hero in that game. And well, he's going to need to step up because he's showing he's a massive part of this roster so far. Now we're going to see Swift clear it a long way. It's a good double demo onto Nick. We're going to see how Nikolaj copes here. It's a very good 50. And well, Darkness, they come out of game 3 looking the stronger team here.
Absolutely. I think Darkness have had their warnings. They've seen the skills and mechanics that have come out from this Saturnia team. You need to close them down. You need to shut those plays down before they even get a chance to develop. It seems like they're doing a better job of that in game 3 so far, and that's a miss from Nikolaj, and that's a nice pop from Hex. Can Stealthy Wolf get the touch off the wall? But no, Nick's up fast to get that touch. Really nice defense just to take away the play. Stealthy Wolf gets a chance, but Nick gets the save with the help of the crossbar. A really great save by Nick there, proving he's not just a goal scorer. He can make those touches in defense as well. And a bit of a loose touch there. Hex is able to intercept in midfield, doesn't get the 50, but his teammates should clear here. And Stealthy Wolf with a chance to dribble. Great challenge from Swift though, takes that away, free backboard. Can his teammate finish it? Nick's there for yet another goal. 7 on the series, and Hex just couldn't quite get the save on the line. Maybe slid a little bit too far away in the net there, gave himself too much to do. But for all the praise for Darkness holding strong for a minute and a half, they find themselves down in game 3. A real test for how strong the mental resolve of this team is.
Yeah, and well, it's as I've said, Saturnia have had 1 shot and they've scored. Darkness have had 2. I said it after game 1. The defense needed to be clean from this Darkness roster. Saturnia will punish you, and they're doing that very well at the moment. Nick being the star, and Swift obviously getting that pass for the goal. So, well, 3 minutes. Darkness has made comebacks before. I don't think they've led in this series yet, and well, we're going to need to see them do that if they're going to take a game. I'm hoping my prediction is right now. Stealthy bangs it along. It's going to drop straight down here as Hex. No one going for it. Nikolaj has pockets of time here, and well, it's a good 50 from Stealthy, but with Saturnia controlling the boost so well, they don't have a chance to even push forward as Hex now bumps Nikolaj, giving Stealthy time, but he just plays it into Swifty, and it's a good 50, but it's going to be cleared out. And Saturnia, they survive again, and it's just the attack of Darkness cannot break down the Saturnia roster so far.
No, they're not being allowed much time out of defense. It must be frustrating for this Darkness roster. Every 50 in challenge seems to be going in favour of Saturnia at the moment. They're just able to find those little touches out of defense, and it just seems like it's one defender trying to get the ball clear, and then you've got two players from Darkness still back in their own net. They're just not able to develop a play from the back. But here comes Stealthy Wolf, able to get the touch, but again the 50 falls nicely in favour from Nick to his teammate Nikolaj, and they're able to push forward. Can Stealthy Wolf read his touch? Really nice touch here, but that's an unfortunate bounce which takes any chance of a touch away from his teammates. It's just little things like that that must be frustrating for this Darkness team. And Nick's there. Oh, has he missed that? What a chance! All the goal scoring he's done, he's missed a sitter there, and could that come back to bite this Saturnia team? Maybe they feel this Darkness team like they've had a bit of a let off there. Can they build? Can they build on that? At the moment, 100% just not hitting enough players forward at the moment.
Yeah, as you said, it's 100% a let off, and I think it's really going to need to pick up. And oh my goodness, the ball just allowed to roll in front of the net there, and well, ball now going to be pinged across. Darkness, they need to show something, because Saturnia, for once, have not punished them. And well, it's a double commit, and while Menorca jumps up high for it, and Stealthy now on the backboard. Nikolaj, good 50. Nick is there, and he's going to get a shot on, but what a save by Menorca to keep it out. He gets his saviour, and now Nikolaj, awkward, he gets the pass off to Nick. Nick now, ball on the side. Nick passes it middle, and well, you've got to be hitting those in the defence. Not touched. Nikolai puts it in.
Ooh, yeah, that's a bad miss from Stealthy Wolf there, and Nikolai just cuts in front of the second defender. Didn't see him coming. I think the word I would use for this series so far is control from Saturnia. I love the way they're controlling the ball, controlling the plays, and I haven't seen enough of that from the Darkness team. They're too willing to concede possession too early. They should be trying to keep the ball in possession for longer to try and develop these plays, because they're just not finding any luck, and that's a missed opportunity there for a chance at a late resurgence from Darkness from Menorca. Just hasn't fallen for this Darkness team so far, and Nick's pre-jumping, is trying a style on Darkness, but didn't quite work out, and little team bump there ends game 3, and Saturnia take the series 3-1. Kingsman, you're an elite player. You play these guys. What are you saying in a voice chat now? You're on the Darkness team. You're the captain. What are you saying to this Darkness team? How do you get them motivated for this game 4? You're 10th, you're bottom of the league. How do you motivate them to get this one game? What are you saying?
Oh, well, I'd say we've still got it. Obviously, no matter what the situation is like, you've always got to say you've got this. You've always got to keep a positive mentality. And well, I'd be trying to look at things we could work on. Other than for Darkness, I would say trying to, as you said, perfect. You called it perfectly. They are too willing to give away possession. Whereas I reckon they hold it, they might shake this Saturnia roster. This Saturnia roster are given too much time in the midfield and too much space to do what they want. So I'd keep hopes high. You can take a game. Remember, as you said, every game is crucial. They might be 10th, but a game will do big damage to Saturnia, and even huge gains for Darkness potentially end of the season. There's been seasons where play-ins and playoffs have been decided by goal difference. So every game matters in Elite. So saying, come on, we got this. Game number 4. Let's get something out of this series. Let's show Saturnia we're not exactly pushovers. And well, game 4's underway, and it's going to look like a good start as Hex Obsidian immediately with a shot on net, and well, looking already good for Darkness here. And well, it's going to be cleared away, but Hex Obsidian bringing a light bulb into this game for Darkness so far, and that's just going to be over the bar. Nikolai double tap does go too far, and well, 30 seconds in, mixed both ends, but Hex Obsidian very much looking raring to go at the moment.
Yeah, hopefully we're listening to the stream to hear your impassioned speech. Hopefully they take that into account. But you can see very early on, you had Stealthy Wolf challenging the ball early, and they're forcing good saves from the Saturnia roster, but they're challenging the ball a lot earlier. They're getting up in the face, so clearly they've let the shackles off this game, and they just need to convert that into the scoreline, really. But you can see there, willing to challenge in the midfield. Stealthy Wolf looking to make the play. Doesn't quite work this time, but Menorca's there to clean up. Off the side wall, 2 commit from Saturnia. Hex Obsidian with the touch, but he gets bumped out by his teammate. And it's just a little bit of confusion there from the two in the Darkness roster. But again, the ball seems to be in this Saturnia half, and they're just not quite making it work. But keep this pressure up, and they might crack. There's a great shot.
There you go.
There we go. And they take the lead for the first time this series. It's Menorca on the snipe from the corner. Swift doesn't quite get the ball out of his car well enough, and Menorca's there to snipe the corner of the net, and that's exactly what you want as a Darkness team. They'll be hyping it up now. They've listened to you, Kingsman. They're all in. This is, my prediction might be correct.
Yeah, and well, this is the Darkness roster I talked about when I predicted that 2-2. A side that looked absolutely unrelenting. They are pushing every ball in the midfield. They're not giving Saturnia the time to create it, or even the boost. They are challenging every ball, but as soon as I say that, there's no one's challenged for about 10 seconds. I'm hoping, it doesn't stay like this. Is oh my goodness, very awkward, but Stealthy gets it over net. And well, as I was saying, Menorca puts in the second goal. What a goal by Menorca. With a very unfortunate touch. And Menorca doubles the lead of Darkness, but wow, that is massively against the run of the play. Nikolai absolutely stuns me in the booth.
That is an unwise touch when you have nobody back. Maybe he thought a teammate was back. Maybe he misheard a call, but that's an unwise touch. But I think that goal was born from the pressure that Darkness are putting on. They're forcing strange rotates from this Saturnia roster, and they're forcing them into awkward positions. You just have to ask, why is it taking to game 4 to do this? This Darkness roster, you called it, you said they were capable of it, why is it taking till game 4? That's the frustrating thing from this team. But they look like the team to beat right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if this was game 2 and it was 1-0 and this was Darkness right now, I'd say Darkness have every chance to go on and get even win the series. Saturnia literally have no response. 3 minutes, I don't think I've seen a carefully constructed attack by them. They have been nowhere to see in this game. But Nick is going to make a save, and this, as I said before, this is the side that are taking games and getting draws against the top teams in recent weeks. This is the team, but it's just taken them too long to get it, and well, Saturnia will be happy with the 3-1. As much as it could have been a 4-0, Darkness have just showed up game 4, and well, Nick looking to do the best he can, but Hex is too controlled on the goal line. It's going to be another good save as Swift looks to push it forward now, but wow, this Darkness side really looking like they have the ones 3-0 up in this series, but that's just not how it works. And the unique RSC game 4-game series even, it's going to benefit them.
Yeah, absolutely. It just feels like a completely different game. I'm just making sure the teams haven't switched sides. Like it's Menorca challenging early, Hex with the demos. Stealthy Wolf's playing a lot better in this game, and it just feels like a different team. You have to wonder what was said. Getting that early goal, you talked about Rocket League being a momentum game, and you're absolutely 100% correct. And you're seeing it here. You get that early goal, you get that pressure, and look how you can change a series. But you've got to do it earlier than game 4. You can't be 3-0 down when you do that. And that's where this Darkness side has just fallen a little bit short. But with less than a minute to go here, as you said, I don't see the Saturnia roster, despite all of what they've shown in the last 3 games, I don't see them coming back from this 2-goal game. Just as I say that, Nick quite find the touch. I was waiting for the caster curse, and it didn't quite happen this time. But
Yeah.
a late flurry from this team, and that was nearly a save on their own shot. But Nick forces in that puts them 1 goal behind, and it's a bit of a frantic defense from Darkness. Sorry. And it's not really what you want to be doing when you're protecting a lead. You want to keep things calm and collected, but they all kind of threw themselves at that and gave Nick the opportunity. And you don't want to see them throw this two-goal lead. That would be such a shame for how hard they've worked in this game 4.
Yeah, Darkness, I know you're listening to the stream. It's the only way you can get such a high momentum is the Kingsman speech. But they've played so well this game, and the moment they panic in defense and show shadows of game 2 and 3, they lose it all again. And well, don't be a 0-second goal, please. And yeah, there you go. Darkness, they do get a game, and they deserve it. You know what? Game 4, they were the better side. They honestly, if that had been game 3, I'd have said this is a draw. Darkness looked better game 4, but as you said, it's too late. But it's a 3-1 series to Saturnia. They do get the win, but they've still dropped the game.
Yeah, I think a credit to the free agent there stepping up in game 4. They only got 72 points, but I think the impact was more than those 72 points from Stealthy Wolf. I think having a roster change is very much a challenge for a team, and I think they've done well to get the game. You feel like, though, there will be some disappointment from that game 4, knowing that they can perform like that. And if they'd have shut down some of the Saturnia plays earlier, then they could have really established themselves in the series and potentially even got more out of it than the 2-2 that you predicted. But that brings us to the end of the second match on stream. We've got one more coming up, which is in the Prospect tier. I can't remember exactly. It's Serene Taisho against Dwarves, is it?
Terra.
I can't remember.
I think it's
Terra.
fire. I could feel the flame, but you stay arguing, making me feel the blame. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girl's in diamond chains. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my main. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girl's in diamond chains. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my main.
I got my hope on full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Give what I got, it's for naught, to the next please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, a while not changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around. So tell me what the deal is, tell me what you want, yeah. I can't even give it, I'm all out of love. Thinking that we finished, but then you pulled a card. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm out of here. I think you out of love. Simple little changes, probably all subtle. Notice that you ain't the same, and I'm puzzled. Wonder what it takes, I'm breaking down rubble. I had to switch lanes, I'm safe in my bubble. Look, I don't know what I'm feeling. We back and forth depending. No matter what the weather is, you're never gonna get it. Packing my bags, moving, I'm finished. All out of gas, I've been empty, diminished. I got my hope on full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Give what I got, it's for naught, to the next please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, a while not changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around. You talk on my name, I was lost in a phase. You were wrong in your place and you wanna be shamed. And you're off with the lames, got me gone into space. You were coming for my image, but it blew up in your face. Well, really you the villain, but always put on a front. Got me second guessing feelings, I'm wondering if I'm wrong, yeah. Manipulative and timid, you rigorous with your love. Been addicted to the feeling, but lately it's getting wrong. Look, I don't know what I'm feeling, we back and forth depending. No matter what the weather is, you're never gonna get it. Packing my bags, moving, I'm finished. All out of gas, I've been empty, diminished. I got my hope on full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Give what I got, it's for naught, to the next please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, a while not changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, a while not changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves. It's perfect timing now. We fueled the flames, but we're still learning to trust, learning to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. Don't fight the fire. Too much, too fast to burn us out. We walk the wire, love. Don't make me read your mind. I know it. Learning to trust, learning to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. Of my hand, I won't be strong enough. Our love is stronger, and I'll be here
my pride, 'cause I know you're the one. Our love is stronger. Baby, I know that it's stronger than yesterday. That it's stronger than yesterday. Two sparks ignited. We left some space for us to breathe. My head is quiet now. I can rest in peace, 'cause you are more than enough, more than enough. Feeling the rush, feeling the rush. Burning in love, burning in love. Two souls united. This roaring blaze is soaring free. If you ever get tired of love, I'll sing you gently to sleep, 'cause you're still more than enough, more than enough. Feeling the rush, feeling the rush. Burning in love, burning in love. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. With my hand I won't be strong enough. Our love is stronger, and I'll be here. My lead, now we're taking the jump. My pride, 'cause I know you're the one. Our love is stronger. Baby, I know that it's stronger than yesterday. And if you see me falling apart, oh, won't you keep me out of the dark, out of the dark, out of the dark?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to RSC EU. We're here for the final stream of the week. It is always becoming a weekly occurrence now that me and Morris Guy take over the final cast of the week. I'm Tom Tiller. Alongside me once again is Morris Guy, and we go down to the prospect tier today for Serene Taisho versus Terra, and we've casted a lot of 2-2 draws together, Morris Guy. I suspect maybe this might not be one of them.
Well, I'm kind of hoping so, and I don't know. On paper, it is setting up to be a 2-2 draw because these two teams are sort of battling it out in mid-table at the moment. But when you're at this bottom tier of the cake, if you like, of the RSC ladder, anything can happen, and it can just go. It can just absolutely go chaotic. So who knows what's going to happen today? But yeah, certainly these two teams are lining up to be a 2-2 draw, but hopefully, I don't know, hopefully that won't be the case.
No, we can hope not. Here is the table as it slowly crawls onto your screen. We can see that our two teams today, Terra and Serene Taisho, sitting right next to each other in the table, 26 versus 23 wins, 5th and 6th. They're basically playing for security, aren't they, in these sort of play-in spots. And Dwarfs, who actually has a very, very good result against Taisho earlier this week. They beat them 4-0. So really lots of pressure on this game.
There's lots of pressure, and I mean Terra. I played for them last season, and I know Yannick, and I know him quite well, and I know Psycho. They will be wanting to get the wins just to edge that ever so close up the table. But certainly it's going to be a tricky one for them. But, these two teams have got very evenly stats across the board. I mean, Terra are putting in more goals, as you can see there, than Shadow. But other than that, there's not really much separating these two teams in terms of how they're performing at the moment. And in their past 5 results, both teams have only got the 1 win and a few draws. And, it's hard to distinguish exactly which way this one's going to go tonight, but certainly the players amongst both teams, they've got players that can pop off at any given moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I look through the rosters, no doubt it will be on your screen in a moment, but looking through the rosters, they've got pretty consistent rosters as well. Taisho probably less so. They've got 2 players playing 43 games. Then they've got 2 newer players on this roster in Dev and Sazuto. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get on, if either of those are to make one of those 2 has to make an appearance tonight, of course. As for Terra, they've only got the 1 player who seems to be a pretty standard sub, that is the Dirty Dwarf. And I mean, what a name that is. Before we continue. And you can see the stats on your screen. They've not exactly got off to bad starts, any of them.
No, they haven't, and like I said, I know Yannick and Psycho from last season quite well, and these are 2. I think we casted them at the start of the season, and they put in an absolute solid performance. So when these 2 get together, they just absolutely work as a fundamentally good, solid unit. So it would be very hard for Taisho to break them down. But certainly, if you got play Palaron. If he gets his goals in that he's been getting, then they got every opportunity to break that defense of Terra. But it's an interesting one, and I think it's just going to be a case of, they're going to have to sift out the nerves really, and just kind of I just know sort of some playing on stream that can have a massive effect on these players, and who knows what they must be feeling right now. But yeah.
Well, someone trying to sneak in an extra man, Morris Guy. Apparently, there's 1 more player than we're supposed to have in the lobby. So I don't know if you've checked the Discord. I've got game chat off. Source has got game chat off. So if you could send a message about that, that'd be nice, please. But yeah, obviously trying to win as a 4-man roster, that might be a little bit easy for them. It was actually clarified in the rules within the week, wasn't it? About having an extra player in the lobby. It's now an automatic forfeit, if I read it correctly. So need to make sure that they're out of the lobby before we actually get the game underway. That was clarified in the week with a rule change, just to add further clarity. There's a flurry of rule changes, actually, just adding clarity around the rules. But to talk about our predictions, which I think is the next item of business, I have gone predictably 2-2 for this game. I think that it's very evenly matched. I think 2-2 probably about a fair result. Morris Guy, you've gone a little bit more decisive.
I have indeed, because former allegiances, as we say, being a former Terror player, I'd be slated basically if I didn't give them the victory in my predictions. But I genuinely think that they can pull it together. Like I said, I know Psycho and Yannick, when they play together, and they play together very well, they are a good unit. So I think they'll edge this one. But you know, I was on the fence and going in your direction as well, Tom. It could turn out to be a draw as well. But it's got to be the 3-1 victory for me. That's what I'm going for.
Well, a bold prediction, and hopefully for you we do actually get a result this evening, because I think it would be a little bit disappointing, a clash like this not being a draw. I've heard all the people that aren't meant to be in the lobby are out of the lobby, so I think that means, again, as I don't have game chat more, Sky, you can tell the players to join up and we'll get into this one.
You're giving me all the work to do today, Tom. This is, for a Friday night, this is a lot of pressure for me. Alright, well, I've given them the go-ahead, and hopefully they'll see that, and we can get this game underway, because I'm certainly looking forward to seeing how this one starts off.
Yeah, absolutely. Players do join up into the lobby. It's Taisho in the blue, Terror in the red, and we're ready to get into the first of the 4 games in this series, and it's actually going to be Terror who win the kickoff, but not really able to chase it down. It's going to be a shot from Superior Stormer, just cleared away here. Psycho will try and keep the attack alive, but has to turn back in the end. And actually misjudges this one. This might be an opportunity. Stormer able to just get it cleared away. Last gasp defence. Again, Psycho just having a little bit of an issue getting into this game, I think, Morris Sky. He's had a couple of times now where he's flipped just over the ball. Needs to warm up, I think. And no doubt we'll see the best from him a little bit later on. That might actually be the best from him as he gets an assist. And Yannick is going to get the first goal of the game. So I take it back, Mr. Psycho. I apologise. You clearly sorted it out very quickly indeed.
Yeah, I mean, they were looking a bit flaky at the start then, but you know, they better late than never. They got the goal. They sorted themselves out. They got themselves the early goal, and yeah, eat your own words there, Tom.
That being said, here's a shot of Paladin. Just about going to miss it. Storm will chase it down up the other end, try and get the flick over the top of the keeper, but Stork is able to get it cleared away. This time it's going to go top corner though. Psycho! Well, it's a very fancy car that he's got.
It's a DeLorean, Tom. Well. Yeah, you're not loaded DeLorean from Back to the Future.
I'm not that young.
Oh, that's all right then. But yeah, Psycho looks like he's pulling the punches today and giving themselves a two goal advantage early doors, but still plenty left to play for. As Stormer just getting a good 50 on the right hand side there, but G-Nut, Gunut. I don't know how you say that one, Tom, but I'm just going to call him. I might just end up calling him Nut. I don't know if that is right or not, but it hasn't come to anything as. At the moment, Terror just putting in a lot of pressure, and we might see a third goal and creeping any time minute.
Potentially, Stormer will try and keep it alive. Seems to be spending a lot of time in Taisho's half at the moment, and when it does go into opposing half, Psycho is there to sweep it up and get it cleared away. That being said, here's the trying to attack Paladin or take it out of centre field. Look to go over Psycho, who gets it cleared away once more. And after taking about 30 seconds to warm up, Psycho has looked probably the best player this game. Oh no! Yannick has set one up for himself, really, and Stormer, well, he's taken it out of the goal. It was a superb save. I just don't think it was intentional.
You couldn't have said it. Oh my word! I nearly got another one there. It's almost like Terror just. Oh my! I don't know. They're just riding the luck at the moment. Tasho. glorious opportunities coming in for Terra, but just not able to find that elusive third goal, it seems, at the moment as they hit the halfway point. But so far, so good for Terra. Psycho just letting that run away from him there, and ball gets sent across the other side of the field. Janet now clearing out right-hand side. Can he find a pass in field to Stormer? Lovely touch around one. Psycho and Yannick waking in the mid, but Stormer just not able to find a pass into the midfield.
Here goes Ginger Nuts trying to go forward. Psycho brings it away down the right-hand side. It goes into the centre, perhaps for Stormer. Stormer does get to it, but not able to get a shot away. Yannick will wait on this one, try and get round to it. Psycho gets to it in the end. Keeps it alive here, trying to chase it down. Cleared away by Ginger Nut once more, only as far as Stormer, who has got plenty of support in the middle if it is needed. Psycho in the end going to have to get back to this one. No boost. Picks up that large pad off of the rear wall. It goes. Just a little bit cagey at the moment, I sense. This might be an attack actually. Into the centre it goes. Maybe a shot off of the backboard. Ginger Nut goes up for it and it just about misses him. Paladin puts it back forward. This might go in. Yannick clears away.
It was just stuck in that corner, and all of a sudden, just as we all know in Rocket League, a little bit of pressure gets alleviated, and then you're on the back foot there. But they managed to get away with it. But Paladin finally said his name properly. Paladin getting a good opportunity, not quite able to make the end of it. Here he is again, another shot on target, but it's just wide. Into the path of Psycho, he'll clear this one up. Yannick now into the corner, sends it forward, but it's only gone as far as Gina. Trying to find his teammate in field there, but at the moment, defence for Terra is looking quite firm.
It's been a very simple game for Terra, hasn't it? Take those 2 early goals and then get yourself nice and staunch in defence. And you're just able to control the game. This is what I said. I think Terra controlling this game. I don't think they're really in too much danger, even if there is a quick goal from this Taisho side. Into the centre it goes. Yannick will try and challenge in the centre. He does do so, but Ginger not able to just about win at 15. Now it's Stork having to deal with the loose ball. Does deal with it, not the most convincingly, and it goes central. Stork now brings it away, looking for a late goal. It might be too little too late, and in fact, with the booming drive downfield, I think it might just be too little too late. Maybe a chance for Psycho. It won't be. It will hit the floor, however, and it's going to be Terra who win the first game.
Yeah, they just couldn't quite get the icing on the cake there and get the third goal at the end, but nevertheless, Terra, yeah, they got themselves ahead early doors there, went 2-0 up, and then basically just soaked up a lot of pressure and rattled the crossbar on a few occasions with some thunderous shots, but couldn't quite get it. But apart from that, though, it did seem like, I think you said something, that it didn't seem in control as such, but they certainly seemed like they were comfortable enough to kind of see out and get that early advantage, see out the game, and get the first win under the belt.
29th goal of the season for Psycho as well. He's still behind Yannick and Stormer. However, I think he'll be pretty encouraged with getting himself onto the board and an assist to boot as well. I still don't think that Taisho are out of this series, to be honest with you. I still think probably 2-2 is, on that evidence, the most likely scenario here. I think there's just not enough in between these two teams to really deliver us a result here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Taisho are going to get back into it in this second game. Yannick here in chat, which I've now turned on, you'll be glad to know. Boris Guy has said that Psycho has had a game crash, so we're waiting for him to get back into the lobby. So I'll have a brief pause. Was this a problem, a regular problem when he was your teammate, Boris Guy?
I don't think I'm going to throw him under the bus quite that much. It happens to the best of us. On this occasion, it happened to Psycho. I will say it's not the first time it's happened to him, and that's all I'll say on the matter. But nevertheless, it's Rocket League, isn't it? And here he's finally joined back in. I was trying to figure out what I was going to sort of say there to Stall, but he's back in, better later than never. So let's try and get game number 2 underway and see if Terra can continue the momentum from the first game.
Yes. Well, this is what, Moscow?
This is what?
This is what? You're supposed to say Rocket League.
It's better later. Oh, this is Rocket League.
There we go.
Sorry, you were teeing me up for something there, and I just completely fluffed my line. So
fail of the week. Fail of the week, maybe.
Well, I thought we were going to get this game underway, but it just seems like none of the players actually kind of want to join. I'll give him a little nudge. There we go. We finally got it. It's Friday night, Tom. I mean, this is what it is. It's been a long week, I think, for everyone involved. So we'll get the professionalism up at some point during this stream.
There we go. We can focus on the Rocket League then. Heading into this second game, Psycho and Yannick are going to have a little bit of a quabble over this ball. It's going to give Stormer a lot of work to do, and Stormer is just there to save the shot of Ginger. However, Psycho's going to have to get to this one. Yannick gets to it in the end. Stormer was there for support as well, as was Psycho actually on the line. Now he storms forward. Can they get an early goal in this game too, Terra, as they did in the first? Stork will stop that happening, bring it away alongside Ginger, who chases it down this left-hand side, chases after Stormer, who just about gets this ball clear into centre field. It goes. Paladin tries to take it forward. Stormer has to recollect out of his own corner in the end. Yannick will challenge it, and it's saved once again.
This is cagey affair early doors here. Neither team really getting a good opportunity, apart from I think it was Tasha actually who had a good sign at the start, but a beautiful save, and so far still none the wiser as to which team is going to walk away a second victory here. Psycho trying to work his way up the right side of the field, and another lovely save from Stormer. My word, give that man a medal. 2 epic saves just to keep Terror in this one.
Just about keeping them in this very evenly poised this second game, a lot like what we saw throughout the majority of game 1 actually. If Stormer gets this one cleared away, or gets save credit as well, maybe Stork will just have too much from him. Won't. Paladin has to keep the attack alive as Stork rotates back, gets a demo on Psycho. That will stop the counter attack, and this time Stormer unable to get to it. Psycho loses a 50 with Stork, who goes all alone now into the centre. Psycho will have to clear it away, won't clear it away. Stormer has to clear it away. 50 with Stork. Stork wins the 50, but without a boost, probably not really able to do much in this corner. Stormer gets it away in the end. Here's a shot, surely, finally, no, Yannick!
Beautiful save coming, rotating in back post, and he's coming up on the counter attack, but ball rolling across the Tashu line, and he was just a little bit too quick for his teammates there. And oh well, that's the first good sign for Terra, but they've certainly been pegged back, it seems, by Tashu in this second game. They're taking a few more risks, and it's not quite paid off for them. Haven't been able to find that finishing touch, but certainly Tashu looking a bit more dangerous in this second game.
Definitely are, as now Stormer looks to go forward. Can he quell that momentum? No, Stork has to bring it away. Stork goes, and Psycho pinches away. It was actually a very, very strong pinch, just pounced awkwardly. There is a bump on Gingnut, stops him challenging for the ball. Stork has to take it away out of midfield once more. Here goes Yannick, right hand side. Gingnut once again stopping it on midfield. I don't think I've seen Terra get out of their own half in any substantial level for a very long time here as Stormer makes another save. Surely at some point this defence has got to give.
As indeed, they need just to roll it out a little bit more, maybe just kind of work the opportunities, especially when you get the triple commit from Tashu. That gives a glorious opportunity for them to get some sort of a counter going, but not able to get the ball under control there right hand side, and Tashu rush back on defence, and this is a bit more like it now. Psycho trying to work it into the field. Yannick just turning away, decided better of it on that occasion, and back on defence they go. But maybe this is a sign that things are going to shift a little bit, or Tashu just had a slight blip and pushing on, trying to find that elusive goal.
It's 5 shots to 1 for reference, with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go in this game. Taisho really not able to find the net just yet. They've only had to make the 1 save, and that was off of Terra's shot. Here goes Stork, trying to stop this attack. Terra starting to get back into this game now. Paladin takes it away. Left hand side he goes. Psycho goes all alone. Actually, Psycho just about gets it over Gingnut, but can't get it over Stork on the line. He has to challenge again, does Yannick. Stormer's there. 3 men also there to stop it in its tracks. 51 seconds to go. Can they find the goal that might just win the game? Still 0-0. Such a tight game. I haven't casted a 0-0 for a long time. It might not stay 0-0. Yannick not really able to get the shot in any real capacity. Just cleared away.
Here comes Ginger Nut. I called him G-Nut, but he's Ginger Nut indeed. Gone right hand side. Neither of the teammate pushing on that one. Paladin trying to get on the end of that one. Lets it fly past him. And Stormer now trying to turn the screws for Terra. Didn't quite make connection with his teammates there. Psycho, quick turn on that one. Yannick, good rotation. And that's definitely something which I know about Terra that they do, is their rotation is absolutely solid. And it's definitely paid dividends in this second game.
Maybe, and I'll say it before you, as the ball is about to pop to the floor, unless some spectacular buzzer beat is about to happen. Paladin takes the shot and so close. Just about avoid the buzzer beater to Taisho. Would have been disappointing given how that game went for them. Maybe we just need to see a few more demos to open up a bit of space.
Well, maybe indeed. I'm surprised you said that before I did, Tom, but yeah, definitely open up some space. Oh, and the shot out of almost nothing from the halfway. Just on that occasion, a bit of miscommunication from Storm and Psycho, I think, just left them a bit deserted at the back there, and took full advantage of that. Shot on target in the back of the net, and Tasho tied the series up.
And have requested a server remake as well. That was such a close game. It seems a bit disappointing that we've spent 5 minutes watching an end-to-end contest and it's a sort of slightly lucky goal 17 seconds into overtime that seals it. But yeah, looks like we're going to have a server remake here. So yet another, well, not uncalled for, but unexpected delay hit to this game. And well, I still stand by my 2-2 here. I really do.
Yeah, no, it was a good prediction, and like I said, I was on the verge of saying it 2-2 as well, because as you've seen there in the first game, Terra just had the slight advantage. They got themselves ahead and then they locked down. That second game, they were getting pegged back, and Tashi were just piling on some pressure and getting some good shots, and got outdone by a slight mistake at the end there by Terra. So it is very evenly poised, and it's interesting. I want to see how this third game starts off, because certainly this is the moment where sort of the nerves start to settle in, and whether the sort of the players will have the mental capacity just to sort of keep the nerves under control and just make sure they can come with a victory. But there's only one way to find out, and hopefully we can get underway very shortly.
And do you think that nerves is something that you have to be able to not bottle up, but almost eradicate if you are going to put on a challenge? Because I mean, if you're nervous purely because you're on stream, that doesn't bode well for when you get into those playoffs and those make or break situations where your entire season's on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I experienced it last season. I mean, it's a weird feeling because this isn't being streamed to like millions of people, but certainly you're being watched, and it's that sense that sort of plays in the back of your mind that it's almost sort of ups the ante just that little bit more, because you want to put in a performance, you want to kind of make sure you show your good form, so that any other teams that are potentially watching as well just think, oh, that's a dangerous looking team. But who knows? I mean, I was about to say tell them to join up, but they've already done it. So yeah, hopefully we can see whether the nerves have settled on either side.
Yes, producer Source in my ear was on it before you were, as we get kicked off for game 3. Then Terra in the red once more, Serene Daisho in the blue, and they might get off to a wonderful start. Storm can't quite get this double touch turned in, and it's cleared away. Stormer, he's going to be the one to take it forward. Paladin stops it inside of his own half and now chases it down into the centre. He goes. A lovely pinch in for Ginger Nut. Ginger Nut gets through to that. It's a lovely looking goal. My word, it was such a pinch off of the corner. Weighted on beautifully by Ginger Nut. I don't think you can get really much better than that as a team goal.
No, beautiful team goal, but if I would say Yannick just crept a little bit forward from the back post there, and if you just hesitate a little bit longer, might have been able to get a 50, but I can't take it away. Good finish nonetheless, and Psycho trying to play it out his own half, gets demo for his dues from Paladin there, and Ginger Nut sending this one straight back, and this is where it starts to get a bit nervy, and it's going to get even more nervy now as the second goal comes flying in. from Stork. I'm just trying to think, who's Stork? Which player is that, Tom? I've lost track. Who's that supposed to be?
Well, Stork, I imagine. I don't know. Here's a kickoff goal.
Oh.
Wow! Change of pace. In this crazy, crazy series, Stormer has got a kickoff goal from a diagonal kickoff.
Wow,
I mean,
speedy Stormer. I think you just beat him to the punch, Tom. That's all that was. Just did whether it was a speed flip or not, I'm not too sure. But he managed to get the target, and that's exactly the response you need after conceding your second goal. So it's back to sort of as you were. Oh my word, Psycho! Oh, got the clutch save there to send it onto the post, and almost immediately as they brought themselves back into it, they nearly found themselves back to a 2-goal deficit. But still loads left to play for in this one. But Terra, they just need to be a lot better than this.
Yeah, I mean, you could even call Stormer superior off of that particular kickoff as he goes down the left-hand side, sets it up for Psycho very nicely. Psycho takes a shot and he's not going to miss that one. They're back on level terms, Terra. The disco lights go off for the goal celebration. Stormer set up Psycho with the pass absolutely beautifully. And it's an outstanding goal to level up the game and perhaps give themselves a chance of winning this series. Of course, all square heading into Game 3. Both teams have the chance to win this series. And now in even greater measure.
It's Janet just pushing it into the left-hand side here. Oh, good touch from Paladin, sends it straight back to Stork. I mean, if anyone in chat know who exactly Stork is, whether he's a sub or... I'm just really confused by that. But never mind, he's on the field now, and it's all good as Stormer left-hand side now, trying to work his magic, trying to go all alone, but gets beaten in the air by Stork. Yannick keeping the ball alive, sends it into the middle, but neither of his teammates there, and just as they're approaching the halfway point, definitely seems like Terra have just upped their game a little bit.
Ever so slightly, still need to find that extra level though to go into the lead of this game. Here's Psycho, gets up to it. It wasn't going on target anyway, but just out of assurance. Now Stormer goes up, redirect, not quite on target. Into the centre it goes, he'll get to it himself, keeps it alive, not the contacts he would have liked. Yannick will try and get some contact onto it, but it's cleared away on the 50 and downfield now for Stork, who tries to get this over the top of one. Gingenot now really set up for himself. Psycho clears his lines once more. Psycho going up for it once more into Stormer. Stormer takes a shot. Stork gets the save, but nicely into the path of Psycho, who can't do anything as there's a man there this time. Absolutely bamboozled them. It is Yannick. What on earth happened there? I will never know.
I mean,
almost a pinch off his own teammate.
What? That's like that should not have gone. That's just absolutely baffled me. That's essentially a triple commit. All three of them go for the ball, and they get a goal out of it. I mean, come on, lads. That's sorry, Tom. That set me off. That one. That was absolutely a brilliant goal.
Toxic plays in chat as a redeemed fail of the week. I call that play of the week.
Yeah, it's a triple pinch effectively. I mean, it's a triple commit
Deception.
pinch. Yeah, deception. Yeah, that's exactly. They'll say it was calculated. I'll say, yeah, all right, pull the other one. But they've taken the lead, which is the main point, and they'll be absolutely loving it. But they could go. Why did I say it? The cost curse. Take the lead, and now they're back to 3-3. Right, from the top again, lads. Here we go.
Well, more conventional goal this time from Stork, Commander Stork on Discord. Apparently, back to level terms in this series where there does seem to be nothing in between the two sides. Here goes Yannick winning the kickoff. Gingenot will take it downfield, try and get across into his teammate. At the back post is Paladin. He plays it into the centre. Gingenot is there, but not able to get anything onto it. Beaten to it by one of the Terra defenders. Stormer now tries to bring this away. Psycho has to do the work instead. Gingenot keeps it in opposing half. Not a great deal of boost to work with, but he gets the shot away. Psycho with a very good save. Paladin now gets around this one. Stormer chases it down. Stormer knocks it over one. This is going in. I think it will go in. And Stormer makes it 4-3. with 59 seconds to go.
Oh, that was Ginger Nut. He decided to go for the mid-right boost, or the mid-left as he's coming back. And that just gave him too much to do to try and get on the end of that one to send it away from the goal. And it sort of squeaked in at the near post there. So just under a minute left. And again, we find Terra with a slim advantage. But, you know, they just got to make sure they don't let another one come in. And they've almost been put under immediate pressure there. But riding this one out at the moment. Paladin off the backboard into the path of Stork. And again, it's Psycho putting in a good solid performance on the defence.
Here goes Storm looking to make it 5-3. 30 seconds to go. Just waste bits of clock here. Terra, they might just have this one. It starts by getting it out of their own half. There is Yannick, can't really do so. Gingernock goes for it. Gingernock gets a goal. And again, it's just a defensive mix-up completely at sea. And Gingernock helps it home into a virtually open net.
Oh, that's the trouble of having a slim advantage. Before you know it, you know, one mistake and it's gone. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but we could be seeing our. I think this is going to be our first OT if it goes into it, Tom.
Second, because we had that 17-second one in the previous game.
Doesn't count. It's only 17 seconds.
Yes. Away, maybe a buzzer beater, not a buzzer beater. Gingernock gets it cleared away. Still alive though from Stormer. Stork sets it up very nicely. Yannick now doesn't go to it, doesn't want to overcommit, and we do have overtime.
Oh dear, Psycho squaring off and getting bumps forward. His own teammate there managed to get away with it. Just got to watch the ball side rotations on that one. That's what caused the them to concede that fourth goal. Stormer up the middle, lovely touch over 1-2, and Stork, what a save! Psycho with a follow-up, can't send it on target, instead sends it into left-hand corner, and Yannick trying to clear it up, but my word, Terra almost returning the favour and getting another quick overtime.
It's absolutely incredible, already longer than the first overtime, and I think we might be here for quite a long time if these two teams continue as they have been. Here's Psycho trying to create something of this. The ball's really died a death in the corner. Yannick has to go up into midfield. Stork gets a touchdown. Stork really has a chance here, and Stork gets the goal! I think it was Psycho on the line who was just in two minds about how to play that ball. And as you can see, he just miscued it. Whether it's an own goal or whether it's Stork's goal, I'll leave for you to decide, but hat-trick for Stork, and that's unfortunate for Psycho.
Yeah, he'll be kicking himself on that one. Anyone that's played Rocket League, those are the sort of ones where you're not sure whether it's going in or not, and then by the time you've had to think about whether you're going to clear it or not, you're caught flat-footed, and Psycho unfortunately just wasn't able to clear his lines at the end there. So Tashu taking another overtime victory, but it's still poised for your draw there. I don't think Tashu have shown that they've sort of been dominating Terra at all. I mean, Terra, they certainly at the start of that game they were looking a bit under pressure, under the cosh, but they managed to keep it together, and it was just simple mistakes I think that have just cost them that game. But Tashu, you know, fair play to them. When those mistakes happen, they capitalised and they punished them.
I think take the mistakes out of it, and they've probably been the better team. I would argue they probably are the better team, given, you know, if you were to take the mistakes out of it. But they've just been so flat-footed, I think, in defence, just, you know, tripping over each other. I mean, Psycho tripping over himself. It's frustrating because it happens, but when it does happen, you're not very happy with yourself.
I couldn't say it better myself, Tom. So I mean, we can only hope that they'll just kind of leave this, let that one go, and they're going to fight out for the draw, because as it stands in terms of sort of table standings, they will be wanting to get at least this win, these two wins under the belt, because it is getting towards the, you know, the final stages of the season, and every win counts at the end of the day, especially when you've got games in hand, which in fact Tashu and Terra do. So we will see. Game number 4 is underway. Jin's not going up against Psycho, and Terra staring at serious defeat.
It's really a case of now, granted you've got a fair amount of series left, but you've only got 2 weeks left. This might be a shot. Oh, Gingenut just about gets the save away. Hold the tangent. Here goes Stormer. Stormer still going here. Paladin will wait on it. Paladin will clear. But yes, it's that point of the season. You've got 2 weeks left. You might have a lot of series left, but it really is the business end.
It is. And we were talking about nerves earlier, and that's the sort of thing that can sort of play on a player's nerves. Slight double commit there. They managed to get away with it this time, Terra. But yeah, when you just know that you want to get that victory, you want to get that win to push yourself up the table, you maybe start to overthink it. And I know certainly when I played for Terra, when we were getting into this point of the season, it was a dangerous time and can affect the player at no ends. But minute gone on the clock and still 0-0. So everything left to play for. Psycho. Oh, but he can't convert! Psycho! Oh, no. Oh, no.
Emotional roller coaster for some of us in the commentary box as Psycho now chases it down the right hand side. Off of the corner he goes. Not quite the pinch we saw earlier off of the corner. Now into the centre. Paladin gets to it. There is absolutely nothing in between these two sides, you know. And there hasn't been for a while. We're now another minute and a half of Rocket League without a goal. That being said, Paladin might change that. He won't. Psycho is on the line. And now Yannick. Can he go up the other end and find anything? No, he gets bumped. Into the centre though. Psycho takes a shot. Off of the backboard it goes. Stormer there. Stormer still going. Paladin clears once more.
And you've got to be careful here. Psycho gets a good solid touch on that. Just takes it into the corner. Yannick now clearing up and Tashu racing back and going quite wide. So a bit of space to work for in the midfield there if Terra can exploit it or not. But at the moment, defensive. Oh, never mind. Yannick stepping up with the shot. Just awkward touch on the line there by Stork. Lays it off nicely into the path of Yannick, who finally manages to hit the target. Sends it into the back of the net. Just as we're approaching the halfway point, Terra have got the advantage.
And now you've got to make sure you hold on to this lead, because that's something Terra haven't been able to do apart from game one. That means Paladin. Oh my word. This is such a game of fine margins. It really is. As now down the right hand side we go. Shot comes in. Shot will almost go in. Stormer clears it away. Terra not making this easy for themselves. They haven't made this series easy for themselves. Here the shot comes in once again. Gingenut chases it to the back post. Can't turn it in. Agonising for Taisho. Now Yannick, can he turn defence into attack? Takes the shot. It's a cheeky shot and it's just off of the crossbar. And it's desperate. It is desperate stuff from both sides, who know the importance of this series and this single win for their respective seasons.
They're going so close.
It's just so close.
Yeah, just cutting it off. I suddenly had to remind myself I've got to actually commentate on this one because I'm engrossed in this one as Stormer trying to bring it up in the midfield there. Gets taken out of the equation. Psycho and Storts just butting heads on the sidewall there. An awkward touch from Stormer, leaving it again. Hit the post. Psycho can't get the follow up. And again, simple mistakes. The heavy touch from Stormer, slight panic, just left Psycho deserted at the back there. Not much he can do about that one, but Tashu saw the opportunity, stepped up, and again, Tom, they were all square.
You've got to, when you're trying to be competitive in a league like this, and you know you're only just about pressing for play-ins, you know you've got to be able to grind out these horrible draws against the teams that you're supposed to be beating. And I just don't sense Sarah have got it in them today. I'm happy to be proven wrong as Yannick looks to go all alone, and that might just be how you grind out a horrible draw. This could be so important later on.
That's a caster's curse right there, Tom. So I'm sure Terra will be thanking you for that one. But still under a minute left, and we saw in the previous game this slim margin means nothing if they can't keep the ball out the back of the net. On that occasion they have done. Psycho quite a few save to his names across this entire series, and definitely been keeping Terra in this one. Yannick trying to get Demo on a rotation out. That's a bit more like it, but neither of his teammates chasing that one. Paladin gets met in the middle by Psycho, and oh my word, slightly awkward, and Stormer not able to send it on target. 30 seconds left, and still a very close game.
Psycho here looks to put it to bed. Yannick gets over it. Psycho gets a shot, and he's going to get the goal.
I'm trying to stay neutral in this one, Tom, but it's hard to. I will confess that one, but good speed from Psycho on that one. Saw the opportunity, stepped straight onto that one, sent it in the back, and unless we see an epic kickoff goal here, as Ginger Nut send it into the path of Storm side double commit. Oh my word! Oh, they can't quite get it in. The ball gets counted straight back the other end of the field. Oh my word! Okay, try and describe that one. I've lost words, Tom. That's the second insane, epic pinch commit I've seen from Terra today.
Not for the first time this season. Psycho takes a shot. Can they make it 5-all? They can at the depth. It was so close, but a flurry of goals seals this wonderful draw in the end. And I take it back. They had it in them.
They had it in them. They wanted a piece of the action, and they certainly got it towards the end there. And that last minute was just insane. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but Terra somehow, after being put on the back foot throughout the majority of that game, I think they come away as convincing victors, which I kind of lost for words. That I was not expecting that, but you know, what a way to finish off the series, and what a way to finish off the week. But the Terra will be happy that they got that second win. But likewise, I mean, Tashu, I think for them as well, you know, two wins on the belt is going to do them no ends of good in the battle for those coveted top spots.
And is that third prediction in a row I've got correct on these streams?
Well,
I've heard draws don't count in my ear. I've just heard that draws don't count. Oh, come on.
No. That's sitting on the fence and taking the easy route out there, Tom. Yes, you got the victory, but is it really, you know, a creditable victory? I don't know. We'll leave that for someone else to decide.
Triple commit pinch goal, then I'm going to take the prediction.
Okay, no, fair play. When you say it like that, then yeah, you can take prediction. You can put that win under your belt, Tom. But yes, 2-2 draw. But Terra had to work hard for that, for sure.
Yeah, they did. And, you know, I think the point is important, actually, that when you are perhaps not the most competitive team in a league, to be able to take the teams around you and to get a draw, I mean, ideally you want to win, of course. You want to sweep. But if that's not possible, at least making sure you get a draw and get those 2 points onto the board, it's so important. Because now, you know, you've come off the back of a sweep. You've come off the back of a sweep against Taisho. Sorry. No,
Taisho.
I take that. Taisho. Taisho got swept by Dwarf. I apologise. I'm slightly messed up here with what Kingsman said before. But anyway, both of the sides it stands for. The fact that you've come off of a couple of difficult games. Neither of the sides have particularly done well in their last 5. And now you're here, you've got 2 points onto the board. And the most important thing is that you haven't lost.
Yeah. Exactly that. I mean, if you can grind out the wins, like you say, then it just helps every, you know, as well as, you know, your league standings, it helps on the sort of the mental game as well, because when you come away from, you know, a close game like that, if you come away with a loss going into the next game, that sort of just, that niggles in the back of your mind. But if, you know, if you can look back at it and say, we got the draw out of that, we ground out the result, then it can do you sort of the world of wonders, give you a massive confidence boost. So, yeah. But I think we're going to have to wrap this one up then, because, you know, Tom, that's what a way to finish the streams for the week. But My word, before we disappear, obviously got to thank all the sponsors. I'm getting used to this now. Sanctuary, Shaman Esports, Synthesized Designs, Dead Dinosaur T-Mill, Panthera Esports, HyperX, Gamers Apparel, Badass Studios. I just suddenly realised I don't have my mug here, so I can't sort of show you the merchandise. But go and have a look at Gamers Apparel. There's loads of merch out there if you fancy getting some goodies to keep you for your birthday, Christmas, or somebody else's birthday. I don't know. Anyway, there you go, Tom. Any final thoughts to wrap up the evening?
Well, you ruined my day without your mug. It's usually highlight of my week, and you've gone and taken this away from me. So, final thoughts, to be honest with you, in all seriousness, though, is now we really are getting to the exciting point of the season. You've got 2 weeks left now, and how can you respond? How can you make sure that these final 3-4 series are the best they can be and make that final push for the play-ins? And then, of course, playoff season starts, and that's just madness for the entire time.
Yeah. But it's madness that we all enjoy, and I'm looking forward to. I know Source is probably absolutely dreading it, as he always does every circuit. But hey ho, we just sit here and look pretty at the end of the day, Tom, and we'll let him do all the hard work behind the scenes. So, so yeah, happy days. Anyway, so that's going to be it from RSC for this week. As always, thanks for tuning in and for watching the games. Don't forget to vote for your team next week for the stream poll. And until then, Tom, I'll let you say goodbye this time. I did it last time.
Oh my god, oh goodness, so polite. Thank you everyone very much for watching. Once again, thank you all to all of our wonderful sponsors that make this all possible. I've heard it's absolutely incredible behind the scenes to try and want to get one of these put on. So sponsors, of course, help with all of that. Well, thank you all very much for watching another week of EU. I've been Tom Dillon, he's been Morris Guy, and we'll see you all later. Good night.
The moon, I'm the sun, you will not move. Who you think you are? Who you think you
Been drowning in my thoughts, distorted reality. All these evil thoughts distort my reality. I'ma sing away the pain and trying to kill the devil away. Yeah, zoned out right now in a different world, in a cold world. So sorry if I cannot talk. I'm trying to make it out, but I can barely walk. I feel it lacking, open me like a hawk. The darkness, and yeah, it talks to me through the evil thoughts in my mind. Been feeling torn apart. I cannot be, but I can't be consumed by the dark. So I gotta leave my feelings on a shelf right now, while I work for better wealth and pray for better health. Been drowning in my thoughts, distorted reality. All these evil thoughts distort my reality. I'ma sing away the pain and trying to kill the devil away. I really ain't trying to concern you, but lately